What's up, Slime?
Hey, people. Alright, so we are live with Call of the Abyss number 8 after a long hiatus, which I mean the month hiatus or so, but Call of the Abyss allows itself to let people ease into the new characters introduced. And today we definitely have a very exciting top 8. Not going to see any two new characters in our first match, which is going to be pretty interesting. So earlier in this bracket, we had some pretty interesting upsets happen.
Interesting to say the least.
In early winner side, we have Dregun losing 2-0 to Suck, putting him in losers immediately. And then we have a very interesting player. I've never really heard of them before, but they're called Chrome. And this Chrome individual here seems to be playing Iroh. They beat Landkon.
Kind of popping off.
Yep, beat Landkon and ended up losing to Crankies, got put into losers, and now it is Chrome's turn to face the danger to society known as Dregun. Dregun today seems to be playing Natsumi. They were talking about them a little bit earlier. They were asking what people thought of them strength-wise, at least, in competitive discussion earlier today, and I guess they decided they needed something a little different to play. Dregun is someone who tends to gravitate towards swapping around characters every once in a while. They like changing things up pretty frequently. So we will see how this particular set goes. We'll be starting off on Tower of Heaven.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get into the match. What the fuck? Oh, wait. Okay. This is awkward. It tells me it's outdated characters, so these characters get updated mid-tournament? Because I definitely re-downloaded these beforehand.
There shouldn't be. I don't see any possible updates that could have happened.
This is definitely a workshop moment, and I'm going to re-download them because of the game telling me this. I blame Geek. If any of these things happen, I'm blaming Geek.
Yeah, maybe it's just a Steam moment.
Very possible it's just a Steam moment. So give me 1 second to simply restart that real quick. And make sure that it doesn't tell me that that's going to happen again. Replays menu. It doesn't seem to be giving me that anymore. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get into the match this time.
Okay.
Alright. To immediately start things off. As I mentioned, Chrome, definitely very interesting player. They play Iroh. It's not a character we see very often anymore. Maybe a mild resurgence due to the attempts at reworks and general buffs the character's been getting.
And we're also talking about a character that's coming Riptide, so it is something that people are potentially looking at as a character to take.
Yep.
Oh, and we have the nice down special follow-up. One of the coolest moves that Iroh has is that in SL Sanguine Lightning, you do have this extra move that you have access to that replaces your down special. Normally it's a counter, but in SL you get a crazy knockdown punch.
Right, it's very reminiscent of the Terry Power Geyser, right?
Yeah, except it's just the dunk. You just get dunked. There's no pop-up. It's just the dunk, and you die. It's great.
Right on. Seen very classic kill setup for Iroh.
Suck. We're just seeing very standard solid Iroh stuff. Oh, and that is just going to be a GameStop trade. In this matchup, you'd think Natsumi is a pretty good character to take against Iroh just because of the disjoint. Iroh does have fast long distance moves, but they are still quite punishable in terms of reading them. You'll see an F special come from a mile away.
For sure. Whoa, Falls Galaxy.
There we go. So we're looking at the new SL cancel system that was just added to the character recently, where you can start canceling moves into other moves. And I think it's Strongs that do it. Strongs and specials. And it allows for Iroh to do some crazy damage.
Sweet Jesus.
And you're gonna see Iroh's do confirms that normally would never be possible.
So you're telling me they made Iroh an anime fighter character?
Yes, yes. You're gonna see some crazy like DBZ looking super dashes from Iroh that are gonna lead into big damage.
Goddamn. Sounds like I gotta pick up Iroh.
Yeah. So what Natsumi's gonna have to look out for is the fact that
what the fuck was that? What the fuck?
I told you. I literally told you. It's just the dunk.
What the fuck was that? What?
You go to hell, you die. See, Crom is showing us that there is life in Iroh right now. There is plenty of life in Iroh. The new updates really changed how stuff works. There's crazy stuff with Iroh.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. I was not ready. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Iroh can kill, guys. Iroh can kill. Oh my god. All right. Well,
yeah, it's looking like not a great day for this little girl just getting mauled to death by a giant wolf man.
Yeah, for sure. Holy shit. All right. So for our second match, it's looking like we're gonna be going to Spirit Tree.
Spirit Tree.
This pick makes sense to me. I think Dregun likes the stage a lot in general.
Yeah, and I think like Natsumi's zoning options like feel pretty good on this. Like you'll throw Lemon out, and then you can start like throwing out aerials to kind of control space because of your disjoint.
Though we haven't really seen Dregun use the pocket watch that much. He's mostly
mostly I've just been seeing Dregun get hit by Iroh shit.
Yeah,
that's what's been happening.
All right,
there we go.
Yeah,
and that's the candidate landmine.
Yeah. So what we found out earlier today is that basically, because of the new SL cancel system, right? So we've heard a hypothesis to how that probably works. So it kind of you can cancel. Oh god, that's super. You can cancel out strong attacks because of the new Sanguine Lightning update. But what seems to happen is if you cancel up strong early with SL, it kind of stores the second up strong hit until your opponent actually touches the ground. So if you cancel it, you do a crazy combo on them. Then when they eventually touch the ground, the second up strong hit actually triggers with what seemed to be pretty insane knockback.
Yes, it has been dubbed the Iroh landmine.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just adding to this mythical move, which is the power dunk.
Yep.
Because you just get annihilated by this thing.
It's extremely dangerous, and I feel like Dregun probably wants off Iroh's crazy ride. That's the way it's looking like right now.
Yeah, it's this roller coaster is a little bit too much for him right now, and he's gonna 8. Oh, he misses.
Oh, and
that's gonna be a whiff recovery from Crom. See if a Dragon can kind of like take advantage of this, take a win with Natsumi, and try to like recollect themselves. This is dangerous though. They are at even stocks. Iroh's just able to do a lot of damage in one interaction, so Natsumi's gonna have to be smart. Oh, not able to get fully off the parry, but I think that's gonna be a lot. Oh, like right there, 100. And we're gonna see the Natsumi get sent to the blast zone by the down special that we mentioned before, which is only possible in SL.
This character is on a completely different plane of existence from like when I know them. Like straight up, this is like actually just a different fucking character.
Yeah. It is a glow up.
For sure, one hell of a glow up in a very insane direction. So we are, in fact, going to be seeing a character swap coming out. Unfortunately, to a character that I don't have on the stream tool yet, as they are moderately new. Don't get featured everywhere yet. And it's going to be Nate, a staple of Dragon's character roster for sure, as of recent.
Oh yeah, Nate is definitely a character that Dragon can always lean on to do very well.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a lot of great tools, and I think in this particular situation, a lot more stage control to kind of like stop and punish the stuff that Iroh is doing. You want to be able to just not let Iroh get in and get that stuff for free.
Yep.
In terms of matchups though, like this is something I don't think we've ever seen, just like an Iroh versus Nate on stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite interested in seeing how this goes. Great patience to follow with the up special, but didn't get the follow-up aerial. As the forward special into up special isn't 100% true. But if you're a patient enough Iroh player, you can kind of read the DI off of the forward special and then get like a late delayed up special.
I'm honestly kind of in awe, like looking at new Iroh. Like this is actually so crazy.
Yeah, once you start seeing the cancels actually happen, it's like, whoa, this character gets a lot off of one interaction. And this is and as an Iroh player myself, this is definitely a lot less a lot less this is a little more exciting than the way that I played. Let's just say that. Oh, attempted to go for double forward special. Interesting move, but not gonna capitalize off of it. Nate's still fairly comfortable not being overwhelmed by Iroh. Oh, and I think Chrom might be like, this is a couple of whiffs in a row of that combo.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot better maneuverability. Like it shows that the uncomfortable Natsumi pick was probably not the best.
Yeah, this is definitely way more comfortable for Dregun.
Yeah. It's actually finding ways to maneuver around. Ooh, perfect. Oh, doesn't get the whip punish though.
Yeah, great spacing on that. And they're gonna go capitalize with a nice trade. Dregun sitting tight, taking his time, not gonna let Iroh do the funny Iroh stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's looking
bad. Oh, that's
yeah.
Gonna be big. And now we're practically even. Again, like Iroh is gonna take a lot of damage off of you, off of one interaction. So you better make it count.
Ooh.
Dregun in control.
Oh, gets a sneeze. I don't know what that actually is, but it sure looks like a sneeze. Chrom does have 1 bar of SL. Could definitely be all they need.
Yeah, looking very dangerous though, because you don't want to use it too early and lose out on it. There we go.
Oh.
Is it confirmed?
Oh, it has another bar as well.
Though.
Built another bar with that combo. Oh, guess that SL cancel. The landmine combo!
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! The landmine!
They didn't even need to land on the stage. What the fuck?
And you can see how he quickly reacted to where Dregun was going to be sent and was still able to complete out the end of that combo. Insane Iroh play.
What the fuck was that?
This is some stuff we're not used to seeing with Iroh, and I think that Cram has been really labbing this stuff out, because like you're not going to be able to do that stuff just on reaction. You have to know how that stuff, like where directions like that stuff sends. Is the perfect spacing and the perfect timing for the forward special into another up special.
Holy I'm just
I mean, if you're
I'm actually speechless. What the fuck?
Well, okay, so going into this, right? If you're Dregun and you're looking at that match and you're looking, okay, so this is the new Iroh on the block, right? Yeah. What do I do against this new Iroh where, like, if they've got meter and they catch me with 1 forward special, or 1 up special, like what is going through your head? Like, what can you actually do? Because if landmine is a thing, if like the up special, like the normal up special confirm is a thing, like that's very intimidating to go against.
Yeah, it's, oh my god, you know, I feel like I don't have words. Holy shit, like I don't even know what the hell I do in that situation. Like I'm actually distraught. What the actual heck? That was crazy, because like I was under the impression that the landmine would only work when, you know, actually they landed, but I guess it's based on a set distance.
Well, so here's the thing, Slime. You have to realize Iroh is an air element character.
Oh, this is true.
This is true. It is no longer a landmine. It is an air mine as well.
Yeah.
For those just joining us after that set, you may be a little confused about what's going on, but Iroh's got some new sauce, a new confirm, Sanguine Lightning cancels that allow him to do all kinds of crazy stuff. The new Iroh is a brand new Iroh, if you really think about it.
It's a completely different character. Like this is actually it's a complete reimagining of Iroh, and I'm kind of for it. That was pretty sick to watch.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for a player like Crom really unlocking the potential of what's going on with the character.
For sure.
Because I didn't know about this stuff. I knew about the Sanguine Lightning cancels, but I didn't know you could do that stuff.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. Now, what's also crazy, I mentioned this earlier too, is that next up in Losers Top 8 is gonna be Landkon, who got put in Losers earlier by Crom, and also, interesting that we have Suck, someone who earlier in this bracket put Dregun in Losers, which is why you saw Dregun in the previous set. So Suck's Wally, I guess, kind of spin those rocks at people, looking like they got some fire in them.
Yeah, I'm always an advocate for seeing Suck's Wally in action. It is a very solid character to fight against. Like you have to respect the things that Suck's able to do with the character, because the character has got a lot of things that they do very well in succession. And so expecting all of this stuff, like expecting the Eva, expecting the rock throw, expecting umbrella, like there's a lot of stuff that Wally can do.
For sure. So let's hop right in, because this is going to be definitely an interesting set. So let's just hop right into it. It's going to be Landkon, Valkyrie, very trademark at this point, versus Sucks Wally. So let's get right in this business. All right, going to be on I already forget. Wintry Loft is going to be our opening stage.
Very nice.
It's nice to see.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan. I'm always a big fan of seeing Landkon's Valkyrie in action. And it looks like we have a bit of maybe a stare down, possibly a bathroom break. Oh no, there we go. All right, maybe a message. Maybe a Steam message, who knows? But yeah, I'm always a big fan of seeing Landkon's Valkyrie. They've been really taking this character to the next level lately. Doing a lot of great stuff with the character, which is, we always love to see classic characters being kind of being played at a high level.
Yep.
Which we just saw with Iroh.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually crazy. We also do know that Valkyrie also going to have a patch on the way as well. Going to be very exciting to see as well, because
absolutely,
Valkyrie is a little on the weaker end in some places, but primarily some of their kill power isn't all too great. So Landkon, however, reached out to Anguish. Anguish has confirmed they're willing to do a patch. So Valkyrie is going to be even scarier.
Absolutely.
Theaters near you very soon.
Yes. All right. Now, what I like to kind of emphasize for everybody watching is that Wally has a lot of stage control that they can throw out at a moment's notice, which is kind of a perfect matchup against Valkyrie, because Valkyrie's got a similar situation going on. So you're going to see a lot of projectiles coming out. You're going to see a lot of articles coming out. There's just a lot of hitboxes that are just going to be popping out on the screen.
Oh, there's no jump on Suck. There's going to be a lot of conversions here. Yep, looking very nice. Oh, the down special not getting
We almost saw a spike. This edge guard is going crazy, but Landkon biting off a little bit too much. And this is where Suck's going to have to really think about if they can get a lot of extra credit here, because they're sitting at 122. Any strong hit from Valkyrie is going to take this one down.
Especially with the mark. Oh!
The up strong whiff. Hate to see it.
Yeah, Landkon is just trying to friend space as much as possible. Oh! These are cute conversions from Suck. Oh, still going. Being a little too frisky with that up strong.
This could be a big edge guard.
Oh no.
Yeah, right there. Suck landed right into it. So this is going to be them working uphill. Valkyrie is a kind of like it's a character that's very good at momentum. So having them take your stock and then now you have to work your way up, it's extremely intimidating, because Valkyrie can throw out so many hitboxes.
Yep. Oh. Some nice conversions. Oh, nice. Damn, yeah. So
there it is.
The main thing that happened there is that Suck. This is something a lot of low to mid-level players kind of end up falling into. Is being a little too frisky with using their resources like air dodge kind of preemptively is kind of being like, oh fuck, like panic and they air dodge. So in that situation, what ended up happening is I assume like I kind of noticed, but Suck likes doing that. So in this case, they like hit him away a bit, just completely waited out the air dodge, and then kind of Suck didn't really have any ways to mix up their landing, so it was just kind of GG, sit there and wait until they get in range. And
Yeah, very, very calculated play.
Mm-hmm. All right, so up next for game number 2, we're going to be going to, I believe this is Astral Plane. I'm gonna double check my cheat sheet, by which I mean check the stage list.
Yeah, this one's gonna be Astral Plane.
Yep, this is definitely Astral Plane. So let's see if the stage pick changes things up enough for Suck to a degree where they feel more comfortable with their neutral, more comfortable to punish, and let's just see what goes into their game plan here.
So this is a bigger stage. I feel like Wally is kind of in their element on these types of stages.
Yep.
Just because they can really take their time, get some rock, get some Eva setups. But you do have Valkyrie who has access to that super dash, so it could go either way. I honestly can't see it.
Mm-hmm. The big thing I can feel that might feel nice just conceptually on this stage versus a character like Valkyrie is things like the platforms can be nice for Wally to move around with, and there's less opportunities to get poked by anything from Valkyrie that would actually kill you, as she doesn't really have any. Like, her vertical options are very grounded when it comes to actually being able to kill, because it's basically just up strong. Up air doesn't really. Well, up air is a solid tool. In that situation, it wouldn't lead to too much from the Valkyrie's end. So I can kind of see, like, from that perspective, not too bad. At least I assume up strong doesn't reach there. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna save you a little bit more because like the Valkyrie's gonna have to work a little bit more. It's not like a huge difference, but like a little bit more to get those up air chains.
Yeah.
Because you can just slip out and just like go off to the left or right.
Yeah.
But we're already seeing Landkon taking a nice sizable lead. They don't look at all upset that they've got so much damage on there. They're just doing fine.
Yep.
Keeping their composure.
I should probably open the Blast Zone stats for these stages too, now that people are actually going to them, to think about it.
Oh, the rock saving the back air. That could have been a big one. That's another thing that for any Crag players out there, Wally is very at home with just not getting kills because of accidental rock.
Yep.
And for counterplay, this actually goes for anybody playing against Wally. Using rock to cancel out your galaxies is also a fair tactic as the opponent.
Or as I like to call it, the position.
The position.
Alright, definitely looking really crackling here for Suck. It's not looking too good for him.
Yeah, it's definitely another uphill battle, very similar to how they were on Wintry Loft. I think it's just Landkon kind of like understanding Suck's game plan and really reading it out.
Yep. Oh, nice catches.
Really good exchange from Suck there. And we're looking at Valkyrie at 70% right now. Ooh, that could have been big.
Oh, nice catch. Oh, whoa! Oh my god. That was by such tight, like, literally like a pixel away from actually being spaced inside of a hitbox.
Yeah, it looks like all these strongs that Landkon's been fishing for, Suck's just been able to just slightly graze away from them. But it might not be enough because we're sitting at 140%.
Oh, okay, getting back in center stage.
Yeah, this is looking like a no touch run for Suck right now. If he gets touched, he's dying.
Oh, still living.
Wow, that could have been big.
Oh, a nice slide into the down strong, and that's going to secure game 2 for Landkon.
Still solid play from Suck. We love to see it being just like such tight battles.
For sure, for sure. All right, and then for our third match set, it is looking like we'll be going to. Oh, this is a personal favorite stage of mine. I like this one a lot. It's I think it's a lot of other people's favorites too. We will be going to Beachside Bash for our third match in this set between Landkon and Suck.
Yeah, I think it's not a controversial opinion to say that Beachside Bash is one of the best workshop stages ever made.
For sure. Emulates the Jules Vale Blast Zones near perfectly from what I'm aware of. The visuals are amazing, an amazing homage to a lot of workshop in general. Has a lot of people's OCs, a lot of characters that are on the workshop, a lot of workshop related people's OCs primarily as well.
Yeah, this has got sort of a similar vibe to Inner Ruins and Wintry Loft, where it's about celebrating workshop, and that's what we're here to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's still sort of testing each other out here. I'd love to see Suck pull it together and not let this be a speed run, but Valkyrie is such a scary character, especially in the hands of Landkon.
Oh damn!
And there we go, the down air into up strong, perfect confirm.
Okay, but Rocks on the field doesn't get much from it. Oh. Suck is trying their best to land some form of KO here, but it's not really. I don't know. Does Wally have any potential like really strong aerials to land kills with?
Not necessarily. What you're looking for is you're trying to you're basically trying to build the bullet hell that your opponent just falls into a move like your forward strong or your up strong. Those are like your best options. You're looking for people to get hit by the Eva laser, especially off stage, and just like getting hit by rock multiple times. But for the most part, you'll see people build the bullet hell for up strong.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, gets the F strong catch. Very nice.
Very nice. Keeping it honest. 70% isn't too bad, especially if Wally's got a good run, because this is this is a character that fills the screen with hitboxes so that you can't hit them. Nice, good movement from Suck right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of really good coverage in general here. Actually, building up a nice set of percent.
Yeah, they're. I feel like they're getting in the groove right now. Maybe those first couple of games were just them kind of adjusting to Valkyrie. It is an uncommon character nowadays, just because they are an older character. Landkon is, coming back to play them specifically.
Oh, that's an interesting interaction I actually didn't know about. Eve shooting the rock, does that just make it explode? Let's see what
Yeah! Oh, that is a great move right there.
That's a very, very good choice of option from Suck, landing that up B right off the top.
And I think that's gonna be a kill confirm that we've not seen in the set yet. So
yeah,
I'm sure that Landkon's gonna have to respect that if this set continues.
Yeah, definitely looking really good for Suck. Oh my god, there you go. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Valkyrie's drag downs are fake as fuck. Just to say that, Valkyrie dragons are fake as hell, and Suck just called it out so hard. That was really clean.
Wow.
Very nice to see. I'm glad to see when people call out fake shit like that. Because it does not produce that much hits done where that is true. Oh my god, the good catch on the roll. This is looking so good for Suck right now. They're popping off.
Yeah, Suck is in the zone, bouncing off Valkyrie from the rock with the Eva projectile. Kinda crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, this is exactly the Wally zone where, they're throwing hitboxes out like crazy.
Oh god.
Like the best, you're doing it right when your opponent doesn't know you're hitting them with Eva.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, Suck just needs to land the one last hit. Oh my god.
Oh, what a great spike.
Oh god, the counter spike. Oh lord, it was looking like Landkon was actually making it back, but the counter spike. Landing that match in Suck's favor, and Suck is now on the board.
Yeah, I'm glad to see just a tiny bit of patience off the stage to kind of expect a approach from Landkon and then punishing it with that spike. Very good play from Suck.
Definitely. Dear lord. Alright, so for our fourth match, the counter pick here is going to be Sky Meadow. I like Sky Meadow. It's a nice, I think is it a Risk of Rain stage? I want to say it's a Risk of Rain stage, right?
I believe it's a Risk of Rain stage, yeah.
No, it's a very, very, very pretty Risk of Rain
This
stage.
is one of my other favorite stages on this roster list. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a very nice one. It has the kind of like reverse treetop layout going for it a little bit, with obviously a smaller platform on the side. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's a little more space to kind of play around with, but then you can build situations where like you can get the high ground, you can play around with projectiles and stuff, and like camp out a zone, but without much of a crazy advantage. It's a nice middle ground stage, I feel.
Yeah. Let's see. It's also
Trying to go for that.
stage, actually. It's a very small stage. So it might be nice for the Valkyrie kill options to kill a little bit better. So that's, as we've established, Valkyrie does need a little bit more oomph to their kill moves.
Yeah.
So maybe Landkon feels like it takes a long while for Wally to pelt on me to a point where I die anyway. Might as well go ahead and make it so my kill moves can kill a tad earlier. Not have to deal with.
Yeah. So we're fairly even right now. Ooh, just getting sort of. All right, we did get the up strong kill.
Oh, but
and then we're gonna have the spike. Okay,
Raw
so we're
as
gonna
hell.
be seeing a lot more, like a little bit before during the first stock. We did see the attempt at the ladder on the top blast zone. So I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of the stuff that Suck was doing very successfully in the previous game. In this game, I think they're finally in the groove where they say, okay, well I can fight against Valkyrie. I can do this.
Yeah, they've kind of found their the things that work. So now we'll have to see if it sticks or if Landkon manages to adapt to the new options that the Suck was primarily going for.
Yeah,
and
and
that's
that's
a lot closer now.
yeah. Okay, we're seeing the parries come out from Landkon. Landkon's definitely reading those evas. There's a certain groove where on the Wally flowchart, you know that they're gonna do the Eva option. This is their window where they're doing Eva. So
Yep.
I can totally see Landkon kind of understanding that and adjusting accordingly.
Yep.
And that's kind of a thing with characters that do rely on a lot of like support options or projectiles. They can become sort of predictable just because of the flowchart of when you send stuff out. And I know this fairly well as a person who played a lot of Link during Smash 4 and Ultimate.
Yep. It ends up being like a rhythm to it, and if they don't change up the rhythm, then it's just alright, cool. You're gonna do it at the same time every time?
Yep.
GG.
And it's looking like it's working out for Landkon right now. They're up a stock and they've taken a lot of extra credit, and that's gonna kill.
Yep. All right. Nice read. Unfortunately, what ended up happening there, because of the fact that Suck was rolling, they were still kind of holding to the right, and that's DI out where I'm from. So that didn't end up very well for the very last game, but still very well played by Suck just in general.
Yeah, great set altogether.
Getting this far, actually taking a game off of Landkon, that's pretty huge. So, very exciting to see. Alright, now, next up, we're gonna be going to the winner's side of bracket. We're gonna be heading up to winner's semis. And in winner's semis, we will be seeing AnorexiaRocks, a player who kind of, they're not out of nowhere anymore. They kind of showed up. I know they played Reimu in a handful of brackets and got a lot of people pulling their hair out over Reimu as a character that definitely a few of the household names we used to play are definitely end up shying away from her a little bit, played other characters.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's almost like a horror movie where, here's this character that everybody was dreading, and then nobody plays them anymore, and then, oh no, they're back.
Exactly.
They've been absolutely placing very well lately, and showing up with other characters too, not just Reimu. It's very interesting character picks.
Yeah, I think I've seen them play. I know they've played Psy-M. I think it was Psy-M in one of the workshop elites.
Yeah, and they have been participating in, I believe, most of the brackets. So it is one of those things where you have a lot of brackets that have different rosters, and if you're playing all of them, there's a good guarantee that you're playing more than a couple of characters just across them, just because of the differences.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So Bowling King as well going to be the second person topic. Going to be playing Torga from what it's looking like. I do know that he's been picking up Torga recently. Bowling King has kind of been soul searches every once in a while to find different characters to play as. Have previously seen play characters like Captain Toad, Callie, a lot of other picks, but it's looking like the Torga today. I know he's definitely looking at characters that he wants to play for Riptide. He's also been looking at Otto, but Otto isn't legal in this bracket. So Torga Balls is looking like the play for today's
Yeah.
Call of the Abyss.
Torga is always a good character to have in the pocket because they've got extremely good advantage. They've got lots of just like nice meaty moves that your opponent like needs to respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're throwing out airs, if you're doing dash attack, if you're doing up airs, and there's a lot of stuff that you kind of have to knowledge check against. So like, you know, getting hit by the water bombs, getting hit by a saw, and just like overall their edge guarding options.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they can shine you off stage, they can do all this stuff. They're a super solid character to pick up, and I know for a fact that they're a lot of people's bracket demon right now.
Yep. All right. Well, without further ado, let's see if Bowling King will be AnorexiaRocks' bracket demon today or not. As we head into the first match, gonna be base cast stages for this one. So it's looking like we're looking at Forest Floor as our very first stage pick.
Forest Flare, this is I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is gonna be a stage that I feel is gonna be more in Reimu's favor. There's a lot more room to kind of do your thing and set stuff up. Torga kind of likes to be up in your face and keeping that momentum going, because then like all of their options mean more. Saw means more up close. All of this stuff means more up close.
That's perfectly fair. Another big thing as well here is that this is a stage with a fairly low top blast zone. Reimu as a character has a very good vertical kill options. Also having pretty solid horizontal ones now, especially after the F strong buff that was happened a while ago. But verticality is still Reimu's primary function.
Yeah, and just lots of room to play around with. Lots of room to kind of like jump over and around Torga stuff. Because Torga does have such a great kind of like on ground to like short hop range like gameplay, because then you're doing short hop fairs, you're doing dash attacks in the up airs.
For sure.
And there it is, the short hop fairs, you're gonna see a lot.
Oh lord, they didn't have a whole lot of resources left there, ended up in pratfall and landing right into Reimu's up strong.
Yeah, just like you said.
Yep. Alright, nice little catch. Oh, that... Oh, wow!
Very
okay.
nice delaying it, actually.
Yeah.
Great play.
I was actually about to say the fact that, like, oh, he could have definitely, like, caught her there, right then and there with the shine, but charging it further, something neither me or Anorexia seemed to have been expecting.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe we were going to look at an air dodge and a whiff, or, like, just, you know, but just, yeah, holding it, charging, and just kind of, like, guaranteeing that, okay, yeah, this is going to hit.
Yeah. Alright, that's looking really solid for AnorexiaRocks. He does get that kill with that up strong.
Yeah, it's going to be an extremely strong option, and it's not like Torga doesn't have strong options when killing off the top blast zone, but it is one of those things where, like, Reimu is going to be dominating that match. Like, you're seeing Reimu just jump all over the place. Yep. It's not going to be easy to catch her.
We do see Bowling King getting a little bamboozled by the height of the ball right now. It's something that a lot of people kind of have. So it's a pretty strong option for Yin Yang Ball. It's the fact of, like, its threatening space is its biggest general purpose. That can cause a lot of people to get really frustrated at it. Can cause a lot of people to kind of falter to it. It's just putting it at a height where it doesn't quite hit the opponent, so it's above them, causing there to be a path above them with a hitbox. Some people, especially when they don't have the perfect eye for it, can have a lot of trouble seeing if it's actually at a height where you can parry it. So BK there definitely 2 points during that set, ended up falling for it. It floating above him, going above, parrying it, thus ending up in the lag afterwards, which led to a free punish from AnorexiaRocks.
And that's kind of a tip for a lot of, you know, if you're looking to play a character or you're playing against characters that have slower projectiles, seeing the other player kind of do these short hops into a projectile that is going to be slightly in your head area, and that's kind of going to be its own mix-up.
Yep, for sure. And with the Torga not really working out too great, we are seeing Bowling King swap over to something a little bit more familiar to a lot of people here, I'm sure. We're gonna be seeing
I'm actually surprised about this. I'm actually surprised about this pick. I would think that sticking to the Torga and maybe just trying to feel out the matchup once more. but this might be just a comfort pick where it's like, okay, well, like maybe I've beaten a Reimu before with Captain Toad. Maybe this will work.
Yeah, well, we shall see. We shall see. I think that there's definitely a little bit of logic to this that I can think of, which is primarily the potential hitboxes that Captain Toad has to try to contest Reimu. The biggest thing I think that I definitely don't see Anorexia do currently right now is using, because not really having a threat for it, but using up special to graze projectiles is not something I necessarily think I see Anorexia do that much. So the threat of Luma might be something that Bowling King thinks could potentially just throw this entire matchup on its head. So that's kind of the main thought process I'm thinking. Also, Captain Toad definitely has actual kill confirms that might be more in Bowling King's favor.
Yeah, it might be easier to hit just in general against Reimu. Because, even though Torga does have, like, a lot of great stuff, against a Reimu who can just kind of, like, slip out of it, dodge it, a little harder.
Oh, okay. We have now seen how our A interaction is definitely going to completely sub out Luma, and it's like our Reimu cards actually has completely beat out Luma, apparently. Good to know.
Yeah. There's a situation where Luma is actually probably gonna have to find a new job, because I'm thinking BK's about to fire him.
Alright, nice Luma. Keeping it on plate. Oh, nice catch. Does not really pick the correct follow-up option afterwards, though.
And having a stage control option like Luma that isn't tied to a resource like Torga's is, this definitely probably makes it a lot easier to play against Reimu, who just has free access to Yin Yang Ball and to cards.
Yeah. Definitely.
They're just looking to see for some life from Busted Toad here, but it definitely feels like it's just definitely hard to find an opening where you can put out a kill confirm right now against Reimu.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Parry the punish. There it is.
Yep, that hits really hard. Very nice for BK.
Alright, looking to see if he can carry the momentum from that stock being taken and probably just make it up here. You're not at a huge deficit, 70 to 34 right now.
Yep. Alright, Kenzie's trying to threaten space. Goes a little too willing.
Yeah, a little too early on the Luma. I would have thought that was going to be a little bit delayed.
Oh no!
Missing the up strong.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Captain Toad's traditional kill confirm is that up strong, just follow-ups in the up strong, but whiffing it is probably going to feel really bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still absolutely doable though, because Reimu is a lighter character. We can see sort of like a strong catching her off guard.
Having that Luma friendly behind is definitely looking pretty nice. Alright. Oh, and the back air.
There we go. Alright, sitting tight. See if they can get some extra credit. Is Captain Toad going to... Oh, there it is. Unfortunate, but that keeps it even, keeps it honest. BK probably was looking to get a little bit of extra credit, especially against a light character like Reimu.
Right, some decent damage coming out from AnorexiaRocks.
Here we go, the fair chains.
Man, that's the cards beating out Luma must hurt a lot, because it's definitely like a super large part of what makes Captain Toad actually have a pretty nice neutral, is just having that Luma option.
And so, like, knowing this going forward after this match, regardless of who wins or loses, like, are we going to be seeing the Captain Toad stick just because of, the better kill confirms, or are we going to see a change just because of that, the card interaction, right?
Yeah. For sure, I definitely would not fault him if he decides that this isn't quite cutting it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not something that you would expect going into their bracket like this, so definitely playing it by ear.
Alright, we are, however, actually going to be seeing the Captain Toad stay for the next game, so I definitely feel like Bowling King probably went like, okay, this is a bit more comfortable, that was super doable, let's just try a little bit of a different stage. So for this next game, we are going to be going to Frozen Fortress. Interesting stage pick, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I'm gonna 100% say like this Rainbow kicks ass on this stage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Rainbow kicks ass on this stage.
Yeah, the biggest thing here is that Reimu's general combo paths are excellent for going from platform to platform here. Very good, like kind of diagonal combo options.
Yeah.
Also, up strong, of course, being able to cover very nicely on the middle platform. Generally has some nice options to stop people moving on it. And the fact that the top platforms exist, the fact that she has very solid combo ways to get there. She's gonna kill you pretty early if she catches you slipping up there.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean you're seeing right now how the yin yang is covering the platform paths. It's almost like those platforms only exist for AnorexiaRocks right now. These are not BK's platforms. These are owned by Reimu right now.
Mm-hmm. Real Reimu estate.
Yeah.
It's the first time she owns anything in her entire life.
Yeah, she's moved on from shrines. Now she's got a nice little property on the ranch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's this is going to be a very difficult stage to kind of beat Reimu out. It's you can already kind of see it. We're already down a stock. BK is going to be fishing for those upstrongs, which are good on this stage because of that middle plat. But again, like you're looking at a stage that Reimu is just going to be so comfortable in.
Oh wow, that ended up popping the Luma as well. I think BK was trying to. Is it this down? I actually don't know which special the Luma drag 2 is tied to. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about because I know the Luma's forward special, right? No, forward special is the
Luma
cart?
toss, and the probably I think it's the toss. Actually, I genuinely have no clue. Luma pull is neutral special, I think. I'll take that answer. Thank you, No Arm. We'll assume it's end special from now on until corrected. Alright, this is definitely how we're looking really, really solid still for AnorexiaRocks for basically the exact reasons I've laid out before.
Yeah, you're just gonna be so comfortable as the Reimu player on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Just beating that out with Yin Yang, very good choice.
Yep, this is a very, very rough fight. Oh my god, the Yin Yang drive by just fucking running over Luma. Oh god. Yin Yang continuing to threaten the ground space there.
Yeah, it's just you're gonna be playing keep away from it, honestly. Great parry into the POW, not much conversion off of it, but again, Reimu is a light character. You can get some upsets. BK's gonna have to play super tight for this.
Oh, barely!
Oh, we almost saw it.
Yeah, barely with outbreak conversion there.
Yeah, BK doing a little grazing of his own.
Gets caught by the cards. Has center stage right now. Doesn't get capitalized on it. Gets caught by the down strong, and that is going to be Anorexia getting a 3-0.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but we saw very clean plays from Captain Toad. As usual, Captain Toad's always just a great pick to see on stream.
Yep, definitely a pretty fun character to see. I also personally, of course, have my personal bias for Reimu. I wonder why.
Yeah, not a traditional matchup we see. So this is a pretty good to see all these matchups so far. We got like the Wally versus the Valkyrie, the Reimu versus the Captain Toad. We got to see Iroh versus Natsumi versus Nate.
Yeah,
a lot of diversity in this top 8.
For sure, it's very nice to see it. Very nice to see it. Always love.
Yeah.
Always love diversity. All right.
Yeah, best part about Workshop, just seeing these kind of brackets being played with characters that you don't normally see.
Right. Okay. So, next setup is going to be Punk King on definitely a character that a lot of us I think know them for playing for, especially in Coda. It's going to be Punk King Okara. Now, Cranky's is playing one of the newcomers, and unfortunately, I don't have a portrait, but I prepared something special for y'all. There you go. Enjoy Car Croissant. I can show you what I did.
Amazing,
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, a little bit of help. This was a little bit of a cooperative effort between me and Mask. Mask provided the croissant. I got the ant.
Perfect.
So yeah, I gotta keep it 100. You know, if I don't have, if I ain't got what I got, I gotta make do with what I have. So
Yeah, I mean, you know, we do remember the days of anime Morshu. We do indeed remember.
yeah. I mean, if you want to draw a waifu ant, I won't stop you, Ducky.
Yeah, we love it. We love to see it. We love to see it.
All right, so this is gonna definitely be very interesting, I think. Punky said plays Kara. Has been playing a couple other characters here and there. Outside, especially I think Flake has been one of their personal favorites. More recently. Gonna be nice to see him back on the Kara. Definitely a character they developed a whole lot. And the Cranky's Carcassonne, a new pickup, but they've been making waves as far as I'm aware, right?
Yeah, this is so Cranky's has sort of been hopping back on the character. Said the character, you know, like it's kind of a shame that like people have kind of dropped the character because the character is still sick. So Cranky's picking them up and actually showing what kind of cool stuff you can do with them. Carcassonne is traditionally a like disjoint kind of character. They're modeled after Link, but if Link was found in the back of a Waffle House, covered in heroin needles. Because they are there to get in your face as fast as possible, and just murder you with a dagger. That's their whole MO. You're not gonna see the crazy like boomerang loops like a traditional Link. You're just gonna see a dude stab another dude.
Yep. All right. Sounds right on par with the way you described it. Let's hop right into this match. It's gonna be base cast stages yet again. It's going to be a Ferial Gates for our very first match of this set of winter semis.
This is a particular matchup that I'm a fan of. I love seeing Punking and Cranky's play. They are super solid and they place very well consistently. So thing about this match as well is that you're gonna have Kara and Carcassonne, who are both just these disjoint knife fighters, but they all kind of have different tools to deal with each other. Like they both have projectiles, but they unlock them in different ways.
Yep. Oh.
They have install forms, but they're completely different from each other as well. Like it's very two sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting you mention that because I hadn't thought about that, but it's definitely very true. Oh, here's the jump rope, the jump rope setups. We love to see those.
Yes, one thing that Cranky's has really been labbing out is these jump rope setups. Jump roping is a particular advanced tech for Carcassonne players, where you're deploying the dagger and you're using the recovery frames of the dagger returning to you to sling it around your body. And it's a very powerful stage control tool, but you are giving up a little bit of attention because you have to pay attention to it not returning to your body.
Yep.
Right now, keeping it sort of tight. I can't really see how this is going to go because they both have just great tools.
Oh, Lord.
If one thing, we're looking at Cranky's trying to either hit a down special or taking a stock, because they want to unlock those strongs. Strongs unlock at level 2 for Carcassonne. Normally, they are a sort of slow sortie, but as soon as they hit level 2 and level 3, they get not only speed boosts, but unlocks of different moves. And this is where the heroin that I was talking about earlier really, you know, pops in. You're going to see some drugged out Carcassonne pretty soon.
The syringes are coming out.
Yeah.
They just need to wait for their delivery man. Oh.
Great catch, not killing though. Surprising. You're going to see a lot of the forward air and forward tilts from Cranky's. Those are his primary ways of killing.
As they should be. That's pretty solid. Oh, attempted
oh, no punish there from Punking. Unfortunate.
Oh!
I can see that, there we go, special.
Oh, the bone coming out. Can Cranky get the catch? Doesn't need it.
Cranky's was looking for the catch. Not killing yet.
Yeah, has a little bit of extra time staying alive, even though in level 3 because of that kill. Oh, but there you go. Pierce for the heart. Right for the heart.
We saw a couple attempts at it. They missed, but we're only going to see 8% extra credit. Already looking like it doesn't really matter for Punking right now. There are even. Unfortunately, you're looking at a low-powered Carcassonne right now. Level 1 Carcassonne is very punishable. They don't have the speed to kind of match the like manic playstyle that you're going for.
Oh damn! Punking was trying to time at F strong with the save state, didn't quite get it. Oh, but wonderful
Great
catch!
punish. And this is why punking is formally known as just like this prominent Kara player. They are taking the character to the limits, and they have been taking their character to the limits. They can always go back to the character. Extremely well known for their work with Kara.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so for the counter pick, I think this is definitely a very understandable counter pick stage in my opinion, because this is going to be Spirit Tree as the next stage pick. I think this is a very solid Carcassonne pick for very simple reasons. Carcassonne's horizontal combo game, pretty nice. Carcassonne's coverage on the ground, horizontally especially, pretty nice. F-tilt's absolutely bonkers for it. The F special, I don't know actually, how does the F special slide currently work? The super slide.
So it's a little bit more tight. So normally you have a weak version of the slide now, if you're just throwing it out. But if you time it a little bit more precise, you can get a more significant parasite dash.
Right.
So it does take a little bit of work too, especially in the moment. You might not be able to rely on it as you used to before.
Definitely. But still, everywhere, that being an option on the table means that Carcassonne has some very nice options to just yeet themselves from one corner to the other, following after, and because of the complete lack of platforms in the middle, means that there's a very few places where Kara can escape to, which is definitely what I feel like we saw on the last stock of Ethereal Gates, was the fact that Punky could just kind of retreat to the mid platforms, and Cranks had a horrible time trying to catch up.
Absolutely,
lower
absolutely.
speed on level 1.
Yeah, if you kind of think about it, Carcassonne kind of wants to freestyle, just have that stage to themselves.
Oh my god,
And
that
there
explosion.
we saw a nice little combust at the level 3, but Pumpkin's Kara was able to just punish it and get a nice kill.
Yep. Okay, it's back in level 1, but should hopefully not be too miserable situation. Oh, that was a smart idea, unfortunately a little bit mistimed, but doing stuff like when your opponent has you save stated, when you're against Kara, if you have anything that has a significant amount of active hitboxes, it can be an amazing idea to toss it out a little bit before the save state goes, because it can definitely catch them off guard, because some Karas, you know, they'll just try to charge something, or try to position something close by to follow up off of it, and then you just come at them with a hitbox, and suddenly they're gone.
Yeah. So we're seeing a lead by Crankies right now, but knowing how Kara can just turn it around on you, get all the install, and you know, get a nice like kill confirm, we could see. Oh wait, we had almost had a good parry punish there.
Yeah, unfortunately though, flat dropping when inputting down special is a plague that plagues many a player. Oh god, the save state is on deck, but doesn't need it.
Hey, we are again like very even. This is quite the tight matchup.
Oh my god, that could have been so cool. It was like
we saw what Crankies was doing, just kind of mistimed it.
Yeah.
The down special for Carcassonne, of course, is a command grab that allows you to stall your mirror. Great counter by Punking.
Okay, that was kind of crazy. Okay, so I guess Punking heard what I said in the past and decided to, nah, Slime, that shit ain't gonna work on me. This man's is aware in another dimension.
We'll have to see it. We love to see it. Just really close fights, honestly. We're just outstanding play by both players. Like it could be a sense of just, you know, Punking just being more familiar with their character to the point where they're not going to be dropping the types of inputs that you would kind of need for Carcassonne, but due to Cranky's, you know, recently picking up the character, that might be the case.
Alright, so we are being told by chat there might be a Carco desync bug, which Crankies has informed us about.
Yes, absolutely.
I assume, yeah, I assume at least that won't be affecting the replays. I assume it just means that your gaming might have been a little hindered. But we shall see if that affects anything of how it's going to be looking in game number 3. Definitely
All right, we're
just
taking a
betting
dual
about.
trail. So, in your opinion, what this, obviously, Kara loves to have those low platforms to kind of drop in from. But what is your opinion on this stage for the matchup against Carcassat?
So I will say I think this is going to be a very neutral stage between the two of these characters. Just because of the fact that while there's that middle platform for Kara to go to, the fact that it is a moving platform does mean that half the time the stage is going to be in a like the spirit tree-esque situation where Carcassonne likes, which is the open space in the middle. Just no real nice ways to escape from their combo gamer pressure. But the other half, it's going to be more of a Kara stage. So it's going to be shifting a lot between when it's more advantageous for the other. Oh, very unfortunate bad DI.
Great forward strong.
Yeah. Very, very solid call out. Those are the kind of calls you need to make sometimes with Carcassonne, because sometimes it can be a little bit hard getting that proper reach, getting confirmed with your stuff. So, but the absolute power behind Carcassonne's strong attack when you finally unlock them, and honestly, the fact that you have to unlock them means that sometimes your opponent just isn't ready for it. They just aren't ready for the fact that, oh shit, they're suddenly level 2. The F tilt is now an F strong.
Yeah. It is definitely a thing where like you're used to seeing them without the strongs for that first stock, and then once they get that second level off of a down special or off of a stock, then you're starting to see like, oh, why are they a little bit faster? Well, why are they hitting me with kill moves? What's going on?
Yep. It's part of the Carcassonne experience.
Yeah. It's definitely like getting into a parking lot fight at Walmart.
I think that's your favorite. I think that's probably your. I would assume that's your favorite analogy because I keep hearing
That's
you say
that's my that's my go-to.
Yep, that is your go-to when it comes to Carcassonne. So
there we go, nicely spaced fair.
yeah, I would say what I would like to see a little bit more of for Crankies in terms of at least being a little bit more confidence in, or at least attempts, is there's not a lot of down special. There have been a couple attempts, but I feel like the confidence just isn't really there. There are definitely setups that Carcassonne has to kind of try to lead people into down special, and I just don't get to see them that much.
It could be a case of just like respecting Kara's normals a little bit more. You don't want it to get stuffed out, and it only gets armor on the level 3 version of the down special. And I mean, the reason why you're using down special is so you can get to that level anyways, so
Yeah.
it is harder.
All right, nice down strong into up airs. Has more utility than just a save state. Oh, that's an interesting. Okay, that's an interesting way to kind of stall out your opponent and just spawning the bone and parrying it immediately. That's an interesting way of going about it.
Yeah, this is the sheer knowledge that Punking has of this character. You're not going to see this a lot in Workshop for other characters. They have definitely labbed the crap out of this character.
Oh,
and we're on the board for Crankies.
definitely a very, very, very nice, and they definitely ended up working out pretty good. All right. All right, and for game number 4, okay, this is a stage pick. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I'm not surprised at all because
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so basically, I haven't been saying it very directly, but because of how I've portrayed Kara's preferred stage picks when it comes to the platform heights, Kara really likes doing plat drop aerials. All right, that's a staple way of approach for this character.
Absolutely.
You know where we plat to drop aerials, boys? You know where we plat to drop some aerials? That's right, baby. Blazing Hideout is going to be our stage counter pick for game number 4 from Punkin.
Yep. This is going to be just a absolute favorite stage for any Kara player. If you're not comfortable playing the stage as a Kara, you need to do some labbing.
Yep. Oh my god! Immediately!
Absolutely. 0 to death in his element right now.
Yep.
Crankus is going to have to really mash this out and try to get some sort of comeback on that stock.
Mm-hmm.
You never want to see a 0 to death in your bracket. especially not in top 8.
Especially not as Carcassonne, because this is like a lot of characters. This is a deficit for a lot of characters. For Carcassonne, this means that your timer is considerably lowered. Like, because the fact is that Carcassonne plays kind of on a just plays on an hourglass. Like, they don't have that much time, and this is a significant playtime reduction for Carcassonne.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's like an entire minute 15, like minute and 10 seconds just gone from their lifespan.
And just as an understanding, in competitive play, when you're having people who are playing Carcassonne at a higher level, they're able to get the most out of Carcassonne's timer, and you're not going to see that SD animation a lot. At lower levels, like that, basically, like you're going to see your character die immediately just because of stuff like that. So hopefully Crankies can show that, you know, they're playing the Carcassonne at a high level. They're going to take this all the way back to single stock.
Oh god.
Scary business right now. Oh, and getting the tag.
Yeah. Very neat. Very good. Very good.
Great awareness from Crankies. Especially a little bit hard to see sometimes when you do get those custom galaxies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, Punking actually doesn't need to, like, it didn't need to really approach there, and right now, Cranky's, oh god, gets the kill, didn't, like, oh my god. Words. Anyway, they were really close to the timer expiring, so either way there, that was a really rough, like, really well played by Punking. He's kind of taking it easy, because Punking doesn't need to rush it, honestly. Not at all. Punking just does not need to rush anything anymore.
Yeah.
Sitting at number
taking
stock
Go. First stock is absolutely where you want to be. You want to be working the hardest against Carcassonne, because you're gonna keep resetting their timer to first level, and it is awful feeling for them because they want to be in level 2. They want to be in level 3.
That was a really crazy conversions coming out there from Punking, not leading to a kill, but that was still a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is gonna be very hard for me to see Cranky's coming back from this.
Yeah. Okay, nice catch. It's definitely still not impossible. It's on the level 2 on the timer still, so if they can just abuse the prowess of level 2 and into level 3, definitely this is something that's perfectly doable for Carcassonne to pull off, but oh, with the DI like that. Oh god, doesn't get the catch.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. You don't want to be below Kara. You don't want to be off stage against Kara. Lots of stuff that can happen. Cranky's is gonna have to play out of his mind right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god, these conversions. Oh no!
Oh, there it is.
Dang.
Just whiffed the strong. We almost saw it. Excellent play from both players.
Yeah, definitely a really good set. Absolutely, really good set.
And we have to definitely everybody in the chat give it up for Crankies for making a top 8 with their brand new Carcassonne for 3 brackets in a row.
For sure, definitely really impressive to see. All right. Now, for our trip down to back to losers bracket, we are next up going to be seeing, let's have a look here. It's going to be Crom versus Bowling King. So we're going to be seeing, I'm sure everyone is excited to see the return of the absolutely insane Iroh play.
Oh yeah,
that Crom presented to us earlier today. I can only assume.
I'm looking forward to more of the Iroh air mine, because now they're air mines. Everybody, they are not landmines. They are air mines. The insane Iroh play with the air mines. Looking forward to it.
Yep. All right. So on the board, as far as characters are concerned, we are in fact going to see Bowling King be sticking with the Captain Toad. From previously. I guess maybe they felt like, man, Torga really ain't feeling it right now. Maybe they've felt like, okay, Torga might not be the character they want to pull out of Riptide. So simply running what they're comfortable with. Want to make their mark in this bracket as with the things they're most comfortable with. So the Captain Toad is back on the block.
This actually might be a slippery matchup for the new Iroh. You know, you're gonna have a character like Captain Toad that has the Luma setups. You might not be able to get as free stuff as you used to.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely very big possibilities of that, so I'm very interested in seeing how this is going to go down. I'm sure you're very interested in seeing how this is going to go down. And because the viewers sure as hell better be interested in seeing how this is going to go down, we're going to hop right into the first match on Merchant Port between these two players. Alright, immediately we are seeing Bowling King get the first couple hits in, getting some really good anti-air setups actually with the Luma pickup.
Yeah, this is where I can tell you as an Iroh player, like, you know, playing against a Luma setups is definitely super difficult. Interesting to note, Chroma also uses the same skin I use for Iroh. Let's go, Zera.
It's a nice color scheme. What can I say? I'd probably use this too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have now learned an interesting interaction though, is the fact that Iroh's side special does beat Luma. What we just witnessed.
So knowing that though, because Iroh forward special is a move that is fairly readable, hoping to see BK do a lot of parries against it.
Alright, looking very even right now. Oh, good poke. God, okay, SL is on deck.
Yeah, we want to see some air mine. Where is it at?
Where is it? It's gonna pop it. Oh wow, Luma completely whiffing there.
Yeah, we're seeing extra care against the Luma because I'm starting to see Chrom just being way more aware of this thing.
Yep. Oh, great catch. That is probably gonna kill. Yup. See, okay, nice move. Having that Luma like in center stage just is doing Bowling King so much work.
Absolutely.
Really good force.
And that's gonna take the stock there.
Barely an extra credit for Chrom, so that's definitely nice to see for BK. Yeah. Oh, the
it can go either way.
That's a
nice,
lot of really good
great
delays.
Luma control.
Yeah, mostly it's really good delays, kind of keeping Chrom guessing a lot of the time.
Yeah, and you know this is something that Dregun wasn't able to do, just keeping the Iroh out.
Yep. You know, Bowling King's playing like super patiently, like recognize the like Chrom. Honestly, Chrom a lot of the time just kind of runs away to a corner. That's kind of the main thing I'm seeing. Like they're not really taking center stage, which means that if BK just kind of runs to their own corner, Captain Toto has considerably better options than Iroh has in that situation with just dealing with the fact that they're approaching them.
Yeah, so it might be a case where Chrom is trying to just sort of realizing that this neutral is not something that they're comfortable with. So them trying to collect themselves like on the side of the stage is probably what we're seeing, even though it is going to give more advantage to BK. There we go, forward special. Oh, whiffing the up special. That's going to be a big punish.
Oh, the movement!
Awesome sling. BK's really consistent with those Luma recoveries, and we can see them to be used as follow-ups as well.
What? That looked really wacky. I just can only assume that was a platform messing with the interaction there a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but there he comes. Here comes. Oh, no landmine. Damn.
It. Yeah, we're seeing a bit of kind of misinputs, if anything. I feel possibly. A lot of whiffing from Iroh. These combos that they were nailing earlier are not necessarily hitting.
Might be a little bit of nervousness. Might be the smaller body kind of maybe coming into play.
Oh, that could be absolutely the case. And again, trying to just watch out for the fact that, you know, Toad can be throwing out a lot of stuff.
Oh, the forward tilts. Oh, almost getting a little bouncy combo.
I could only imagine, you know, this kind of matchup with Iroh against a character like Wally. You know, I think you would see the same kind of difficult approaches that Iroh would have to work through.
Yeah, excellent high stalling situation there from BK. Iroh having a lot of trouble dealing with that, but with the one catch there, Iroh is gonna even out the stocks.
Sitting at 60, 70 now.
Hitting a lot of damage. Oh my god, that was
almost
so
took the up strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is BK's game to win right now. It's a lot of damage, and you know, Iroh isn't so heavy that this isn't gonna kill if a nice strong gets hit his way. Good punish. We're gonna see the combo.
Oh, not
misses
quite.
The follow-up. Yeah, this might have been a different kind of game if a lot of the combo setups that Chrom was looking for actually hit.
Yep. Yes, I'm honestly very curious if it's just a case of misinput, because I definitely think that this might, like, I don't know if Chrom maybe just might not be used to, for one, might not be used to the matchup, might not be used to getting this far in brackets. might just, as I said, like, honestly, I think it might just be a character size thing, because, like, if you compare something like Valkyrie, or maybe even, actually, what characters, or Natsumi, maybe their hurt boxes are a little bit bigger, maybe something like that could be playing into why the consistency isn't quite here right now.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah. Alright, Tower of Heaven is going to be the counter pick coming in. I can definitely understand this counter pick. I definitely feel like this is probably a pretty solid stage for Iroh. Generally speaking. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think this is the kind of stage where you can catch people on platforms. It's not super difficult for you to recover as Iroh. I would have liked to see Treetop just because we got to see a lot of crazy Treetop action from Chrom earlier.
What?
Wow.
They literally just fell out. Jesus Christ. That's really unfortunate for Chrom. Holy moly.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see it. And I'm sure BK was feeling it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that, by the way, for the people in the chat, I don't think that was a tech. I don't know if that was a tech or if maybe it was a wall tech. Was it a wall tech? I honestly don't know, but it definitely didn't seem... I feel it more so seemed like they just kind of fell out and they like wave landed back. I didn't really see much of a tech. I saw more of a wave land coming out there, so I think they just kind of slid off. I'd have to analyze the footage.
All right, there was the cancel SL. No follow-up, unfortunate. Again, I think like we're just seeing these misinputs.
Oh damn, almost getting the catch.
Whiffing up special.
Oh lord, oh, does not get the follow-up there again.
Yeah, this is definitely not what we want to see because, a lot of the same sort of stuff happened in the previous match, and I'm sure Chrom does not want to see it happen like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was like, if I was in Chrom's shoes, after that thing dropped earlier in the match, I would probably have been mad tilted, honestly. It's been like, what the hell?
Yeah, especially after such a great set against Dregun.
Mm-hmm.
But BK keeping it really tight and clean with Toad, just doing their thing.
I guess that attack doesn't kill just yet.
Great awareness from Chrom to dash attack into the Luma as well.
Oh, good Luma poke.
Oh, one of the first neutral specials that we've seen in this set. An underrated move for Iroh. Neutral special has a very ambiguous hitbox, so you can actually hit it on people who don't normally seem like they would get hit by a move like that. And I probably would have done a lot more of that in this matchup if I was playing against Captain Toad. It just covers a lot more space. It's a lot more active. It could probably beat out Luma. But as we've seen, Chrom is a lot more focused on getting these the Iroh combos out.
Yeah, definitely looking like a little bit of a case of Marthritis is what I'm feeling like right now. Like, Chrom is actually having hella struggle getting the kill, and as soon as I say it... Classic commentator's curse.
Yeah, hopefully we see a little bit of comfort. They need to get some extra credit on Captain Toad.
Yep.
Not getting a lot of conversion off of that. It definitely seems that Toad is just really slipping out of stuff.
Perfect parry there, though. Now, evening out the stocks, not a lot of lead on Chrom. Honestly, like, even after that beginning, BK has been pulling it back really nicely.
Yeah, the patience is there. Obviously, I mentioned how, even though Iroh's combo game is scary, their moves are extremely telegraphed. You can sit there and just be very patient, parry, and then punish accordingly.
Oh. Oh, really nice catches from
Nice.
BK. Chrom is having so much trouble getting in.
One of the big issues with the Iroh down strong is definitely the fact that it is a very specific way that it hits. In most cases, I tend to not rely on it too much just because there are so many times it will whiff.
Mm-hmm.
One of Iroh's syndromes that they've got. Wow, so
they keep pulling out
BK
of that.
popped out of that one really high up.
Yeah, they've been okay. Guess again, but that's something we've been seeing a lot this set. Is I don't know what's going on there, but like Captain Toad keeps just getting out of that one rent free, like completely covered. He's getting out of the same setups that we saw completely murder players beforehand.
Yeah, this is definitely absolutely the kind of matchup that BK wants to see. Sticking to the Captain Toad and just kind of like grinding it out, being patient, and just catching Crumb's Iroh where he can. I think if we saw a switch to Torga, it would have very much been in Crumb's favor. Torga's big ass hitbox or hurtbox would have been combo food. A lot of the stuff that Torga can do, Iroh, especially Crumb's Iroh, could probably just beat it out and turn it into a big old combo punish. So this is definitely a great pick to stay with Toad for BK.
Yep. All right. So after stage pick, this is an interesting one for me. But I think this definitely can do a very nice job. It's gonna be Spirit Tree next. And honestly, I think that the biggest reason why I can agree with this pick to a degree is that not really. Oh god, how do I word this? For a similar reason, I think this stage is good for Carcassonne. Is the best way I can really put it. I think that the combo game, especially not being interrupted too much here compared to some stages, will be very nice for Iroh.
And we're seeing a lot more of the back air approaches from Crom.
Yep.
And back air is an excellent move, especially on an open stage like this. It will give you a bounce up dunk. You can also use it off of up special to do spikes. It's just like super solid. It's very active.
Yep.
Unfortunately, just due to the nature of Iroh's character, you have to be expecting that you're going to see a lot of forward special from full screen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where BK is going to really enjoy waiting those out, pairing them. And again, another slip out. This is extremely consistent now.
Yeah, I think Crom's nervous. I'm gonna be honest. I think Crom's nervous.
I mean, if I couldn't hit my opponent, I'd probably be nervous too.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's still a whole lot of like failing these confirms. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I want whatever Captain Toad is smoking. They are just ascending to another plane of existence that they're not getting hit by these combos.
You need those shrooms in your life, fam.
Yeah.
You gotta get those psychedelics going.
Yeah, it's got to be very frustrating. Just because you're labbing out these combos and you're hitting them on other characters perfectly fine, and then just seeing them slip off of your combo when it's Captain Toad, definitely frustrating.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those situations where like you take a Melty Blood player, they know their combos, they know them perfectly, but then they fight NecoArc of all fucking characters, tiny gremlin ass character. I feel it's a very similar character, so it's just another gremlin ass character. Suddenly none of your combos work, you gotta learn like specific combos just to combat the fact that it's a tiny ass motherfucker. And I feel like that's probably how Crom feels right now.
Yeah,
it feels just like a Melty Blood player against NecoArc.
And it's one of those things where it's like, that's fine grinding that out in friendlies, but just trying to figure that out and learning what you have to change about your game plan in bracket, that's the intimidating factor there. And that's where BK is definitely taking that and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
Very patient off stage, not allowing the Iroh to kind of get in on them. It's definitely what you want to do. And you see how quickly BK is able to just say, hey, I'm going to get in there, into your face, and I'm going to get out.
Yep. Taking the exchanges they get and just kind of rolling with it. Okay, are we going to see the conversions actually work there? There's the landmine conversion.
There we go, landmine conversion.
Let's see if just getting that will put the confidence back in Croms and see if they start feeling themselves, or if it's going to be a little too late.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very difficult one because we're already seeing 70%.
Yep.
And Spirit Tree is not a bad stage for Captain Toad up strong. Let's just say that.
One of the lowest ceilings in the game. Not going to kill just yet, even still. Oh, but that's going to be
nice parry. That's going to be it.
And Bowling King takes it 3-0 over Crom.
Excellent play from BK with the Captain Toad.
For sure. And now we're going to be parading down into the other side of losers, the other half, which is going to be Landkon probably on the Valkyrie against Crankies, who got sent down just a little bit ago.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be assuming they're playing the same characters they're gonna be playing. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup. Valkyrie, I feel like just has a lot of advantage over Carcassonne in terms of that early game, right? Level 1 Carcassonne is probably gonna get chewed up by Valkyrie. That's the biggest difference there, I feel.
Right.
Carcassonne needs a little bit of that time to match that speed, match that threat level, but Valkyrie can do that from the get-go.
Definitely feel that. All right, and it's gonna be a return to Carcassonne. There we go. Oh, all right. This is gonna be okay. So for our starter pick, honestly, I feel like it might be different in this matchup than it was against the Kara, but like I definitely feel like Ethereal Gates might not be a stage that Carcassonne likes that much in comparison to some of the others. Due to I'm not thinking about it. Maybe Carcassonne actually doesn't like most of the neutral stages. Now that I really think about which ones they are, I feel like they might actually. A lot of them can be a little bit annoying to deal with depending on which character you're fighting against. This is, however, going to be Valkyrie instead of Kara, so this might work out a little bit better. Valkyrie not being as fast, you have definitely some really solid platform pokes that might just end up poking the large lass that Valkyrie is.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think there is a chance there. But I'm still gonna probably put my money on Valkyrie just being a little bit too oppressive for level 1 Carcassonne. So it's really gonna rely on whether or not Crankies can live it out to at least get level 2, get those strongs, and have just like more kill power than Valkyrie.
I can definitely see that. All right, so let's hop into the first match then. Let's get right to it. All right, before we get started, let's see who's got it going on in this one. Another interesting thing to note is the fact that Landkon has also played a pretty decent amount of Carcassonne.
Oh yeah, they absolutely know what to expect.
Played them a lot when they came out. Played a good chunk of brackets with them. I don't think they had super strong results with the character, but they definitely, I mean, it is Landkon still, definitely like able to at least figure out a little bit of what
Playing them at a high level, yeah.
It's a very volatile character, so it can still be a little rough sometimes on some days.
Although I think during the time that they were playing them, Carcassonne was much stronger. They've received quite a bit of nerfs since then, so they might be looking at this and saying, okay, not only do I know how you play, but I know that you're weaker than you were before. All right, taking the first stock there from a missed recovery. Crank is gonna have to really oh, spoke too soon. I was going to say, Crank is gonna have to work a little bit hard to kind of make up the extra credit, but this is back practically even again. And we're looking again at a level 1 Carcassonne.
Oh, still a nice.
Nice.
Oh no!
Great parry, missed punish, but still on top of it. Nice fair. Using the chains. Almost got that special. That could have killed.
Oh my god. Regina, I just want to say thank you for returning the throwable angles, by the way. Thank you.
I think the way that Ducky coded them now is actually way better than they were before. There's a considerable amount of vertical distance that you can push them into, and it feels really good.
Good. I'm glad. That's one of my favorite things back someone recently in town.
Oh, there it is.
Trying. Nice usage of it. Good coverage. It's still threatening over there, like in the top left corner. It's still he's vibing over there. You can hear the helicopter noises.
All right, we've got a nice lead from Crankies.
Yep. The big chill in level 2, technically level 3.
All right, now back to level 2. Looking for that down special. A little bit, might have asked a little bit too much just because they're already at such a high percent. Sometimes you kind of just want to get what you can and not fish for the down special.
Yep.
Keeping it even. Valkyrie can absolutely make this back.
Absolutely. Oh god.
Oh no, Crankies is in danger right now. Nope, back. They are trading their turns. There we go. Up special didn't kill.
Oh, it's gonna be a very dangerous situation, but okay, does ends up whiffing.
So 2 interesting notes there. Wow.
the Parasite Dash spike.
Excellent offstage play from both players. We were able to see Cranky's kind of miss a few of the like really cool potential follow-ups, but still was able to get a nice Parasite Hammer spike off of the stage.
All right, and for our second match, we're going to be seeing, oh, very nice. I'm very happy we're seeing this pick next. So we're actually going to be seeing our next match on the new Rivals of Aether stage skin, Diamond Grove. So it's the Aramata reskin, because of the fact that to celebrate the fact that Creatures of Aether is now available on Steam. I'm not going to tell you to download it. I'm going to say fuck Triple Triad. Someone else can advertise that one for you. I'm sure it's a great game, but I don't want it. I feel disgusted about the fact that I've had to download it. I did not appreciate you making me install Triple Triad on my computer, Dan. But that's just me.
How dare I spend 13,000 hours on this game?
God.
I am appalled.
Cheers to that. Right, anyway. Diamond Grove, it's the same matchup y'all been watching. Let's have a look at how Carcassonne versus Valkyrie fares on the Diamond Grove. So
this was going to be an interesting one because there is potential for some really feels bad pineappling from both characters even.
Yeah, I will say that for me, as someone who's played a fair share of Carcassonne, I really like this stage as Carcassonne. I think this is a wonderful Carcassonne stage, so I'm not sure, like, I don't know how much Valkyrie likes this stage, but like I personally like would be one of the happiest people alive if someone took me here as Carcassonne.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of again, you're looking at like free open space. This is the Walmart parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at those nice little platforms for you to potentially catch people with an up special, just like that. And again, like you can set up your scythe all over the place. It's a nice stage. It's a nice stage. I think with Valkyrie, because of how Valkyrie's recovery works, it is one of those kind of risky things, just because it's sort of like a homing dash.
Mm-hmm. Good catch.
Nice up
really
strong.
Nice. Yeah, maybe Valkyrie has enough stuff here to warrant it still. Definitely very possible.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, Valkyrie is just like a really good character at like keeping pressure. They can be oppressive, especially against a level 1 Carcassant. So you still have to respect them.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Oh my.
Nice, great conversion off of that.
Oh god.
Cranky's really shown.
Oh no, still carrying on though.
Nice, great recovery from Landkon's Valkyrie there. Was able to not only recover, but get a great hit to kind of reset neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Valkyrie's really good at doing, because in this matchup, you'll see, like, unless Cranky's is recovering with a forward special, Carcassant's just kind of dead after a up special recovery. Mm-hmm. Very punishable.
Oh god, Landkon.
Oh, we almost saw a strong recovery there.
Instead, we're seeing Carcassonne kind of running away a little bit with the lead here. Oh shit, the level 3 boomerangs are out now. Okay.
Nice parry, great punish. As soon as you see a level 3 Carcassonne, you really don't want to see them for that long. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely kind of a fight or flight situation. They get so much speed off of being level 3. The super armor on Dawn special is always scary.
For sure.
Cranky's sort of camping at the scythe for a bit, collecting himself.
Oh.
Attempting for the slide parry, but the up air is gonna take it. A very funny interaction there.
That one had me rolling a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. That would have me go like, yeah, what the hell are y'all doing over there?
Yeah, I could see taking the parry invulnerability off of that, the iframes. But I in that close quarters of combat, I don't think you have to think that hard. I don't think you have to do that deep of a play.
Oh, Lord. Alright, we are going to be seeing a character swap from Landkon coming out here, actually. Let's see. Look, it's a star.
Character you're that both of us are very familiar with, actually.
Little bit. I kind of helped test this character. You kind of helped make this character.
You kind of top 8 with this character.
Something
you know?
like, I think I won a bracket with this character. At some point, probably. I actually don't remember if I have. Genuinely can't remember. I don't keep track of my own bracket performances. I just play the game. Alright, Treetop Lodge is going to be the stage pick.
We're also going to see sort of a preview for Riptide. Lucastar is a character that is going to be on the Riptide roster. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. But they are essentially a really, really interesting take on a Spacey. They have a star system that boosts their strongs as well as can be used as projectiles. And these are also 2 characters that I helped completely animate. So Cart Cassant was done for the Workshop Jam, and for Lucastar, I animated them for Lucaru. And it's very interesting to see 2 characters of mine face off on stream.
Yep. Let's hop right into this Treetop Lodge game and see who's going to end up coming up on top.
All right.
Alright, already seeing a very
Great read on the
opening.
strong there.
We're seeing a very strong opening from Landkon.
Yeah, Cranky's just going to have to make this up, get some hits in. Very doable with the Scythe coming out. It is an instant projectile that Carcassonne can use against Lucastar because Lucastar has to hit you in order to get their projectiles. Ooh, bad trade for Crankies. Nice forward tilt.
Oh, that was a very nicely placed Cypher there.
Yep. Probably wanted more on the edge guard, but definitely a good choice.
Yep.
Almost got the strong hit on the up strong.
Oh, damn. Alright.
Great coverage from Crankies.
So even after the very strong start from Landkon is still the first person to lose a stock.
We're going to have to see them pull it together and get some momentum up. Great up air at 127. That is going to kill on Treetop. It was just going to kill. Very tight close quarters combat. This is definitely the kind of like in the middle of the restaurant Denny's fight at 3 a.m. kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I definitely see it. I've never been to Denny's because we don't have that, but I see it.
But you can feel it. You can feel it.
I feel the Denny's energy.
Carcassonne and Lucas are both looking at 2 stocks right now. Oh, I was thinking that Crankies was going to end up going for more of the jump roping, but I guess it returned to them. We're going to see another stock taken by up air. One of the premier kill moves from Lucastar.
Is that faster?
Yes, the hitbox has been decreased and the animation has been decreased in terms of like the size, and the hitbox now comes out a little bit faster.
Okay, it definitely looks a lot faster than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Interesting to see.
Oh, whiffing the force on great air dodge by Landkon. Are we going to see another up air? Cranky's being conscious to really just get away from that. Scythe is still chilling out over there. Not sure when Cranky's is going to use it.
Oh, not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Takes it.
Oh, I don't think I've heard his win theme.
Oh yeah, this is a brand new win theme by Delta Parallax. It adapts the win theme that both me and Lucaru made. And you also see, for those unfamiliar, a brand new portrait for Lucastar that I had made to kind of celebrate their inclusion in Riptide.
Very nice, very nice. All right, Tower of Heaven going to be the stage up next. Interesting pick. I think like this stage pick definitely can work out pretty nicely for both characters. The battlefield kind of layout definitely less. I don't know. I'm not sure if Luxor has bad stages. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure if Luxor has bad stages. I definitely think this is still a solid stage for Carcassonne. And then I'm not even sure if Lucasar has bad stages. I haven't found them yet. If you find them, you can feel free to DM me, and I'll make sure to implement it into my knowledge.
Yeah, we need these bad stages pronto. Pronto.
I need them just like J. Jonah Jameson needs the pictures of Spider-Man. I need the pictures of my bad stages for LucasStar on my desk tomorrow morning. At 6 a.m. So let's
see. We need that research for. I'm sure all of you at home will need that research as well if you're going to Riptide.
For sure. But let's make some research on see how Tower of Heaven works out here.
All right, Crankies is going to have to gather themselves. They really missed an opportunity there when they deployed their neutral special at the beginning of the match. It was instantly stuffed out by an aerial, and they just kind of got overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Definitely an adjective I use a lot of the time for LucasStar is definitely overwhelming. It's their entire game plan is trying to overwhelm you. They're very fast, very much a spacey archetype, and they hit hard.
Yes, the whole entire idea of kind of playing around with the gimmick is, you want to get the most hits out of your one interaction. You want to build up that star count because especially now that stars actually deplete much faster. Hitting LucasStar will crack 2 stars instead of or not crack, but delete 2 stars instead of deleting 1.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Interesting interaction there. Great parry. Not a crazy conversion off of that parry, but at level 1, there's only so much that Carcassonne can do other than down special.
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh,
great.
Okay. Yeah.
But answers with a parasite hammer. Nice follow up. Cranky's keeping this living, living at 100%, but this is still absolutely doable. LucasStar is a lighter character.
Mm-hmm.
Great ground game by Crankies right now.
And he's having a lot of struggles still actually landing any hits right now. Okay, finally gets one. Let's see, he even gets center stage, but doesn't keep it too well.
Cranky's throwing out the scythe and kind of camping it is excellent strategy, especially against LucasStar. At level 3, having the combust hitbox on that is very, very lethal to play around with.
For sure. Ooh.
Spacing out those forward specials.
Oh lord.
Nice parasite hammer by Crankies.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping this even, keeping this honest.
Okay. Definitely getting a little bit more comfortable with the matchup, it looks like. Oh.
Yeah, Cranky's sort of surprising me here because I was thinking that the Valkyrie matchup was going to be too much for Carcassonne, but Cranky's showing me wrong. And then also, oh wow, great punish.
Now,
also showing me that
personally though, I would have shined up strong.
Absolutely, unless you're doing that, like, are you even playing LucasStar?
Mm-hmm.
But very close still. It's still one of those things where you can look at it and say, okay, I can absolutely believe Carcassonne going toe to toe with LucasStar.
Definitely. Alright, so for game 5, which it's straight up went to a game 5 situation, we're gonna be seeing Forest Floor. Okay, interesting stage pick. This is like just in my head, right? So this is just drawing way too many melee comparisons, but like I personally not sure if I want to take LucasStar here because this is like the Fox. The Spacey on Pokemon Stadium. That's literally what you're doing here. You're taking the Spacey to Pokemon Stadium. And like I'm not sure how much I feel like taking LucasStar to a stage with a low ceiling. But at the end of the day, you only have so many choices sometimes, and it's not like this is a terrible stage for Carcassonne either in the zone, right? But I'm very interested
Yeah,
in seeing how it's gonna go.
especially with fair existing for Carcassonne.
For sure. So let's see how it goes. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, interesting just to see this matchup of, you know, the the classic Link versus Fox matchup.
Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Melee. But yeah, just like seeing this kind of matchup being played out, Cranky's is definitely like they look like they're comfortable playing against this matchup. Which is not something that a lot of people are can say about their own characters against Lucastar.
Yeah.
Just like with other kind of workshop top tiers like Nova, you have these situations where you kind of look at like, okay, what can my character do against this character? Like what things do I have to watch out for? And it looks like Cranky's is really kind of understanding that from the get-go. Still pretty smart. I think the possible use of this stage giving more breathing room to Carcassonne actually might be playing in his favor. He can kind of run around, deploy a scythe, get away with stuff.
Very valid. Uh-oh, whip punish.
Oh! Scary on both sides. Great punish.
Yep.
Cranky's with the lead right now, but again, a nice spaced up air could seal this.
For sure. Sitting at level 3 too is definitely very possible to do a lot of damage, but doesn't end up getting any.
Hits a Superman punch.
Superman. God damn it. Oh wow, that side special hit all the way from over there. Very solid option from Landkon.
Yeah, great string by Landkon. See, Cranky's just controlling space there with the scythe, making it so that aerial kind of approaches are not as apparent, because you're really just saying, hey, like I know that you're gonna try to jump in and probably nair me or down air me.
Oh no, Cranky is going a little too far back. Was expecting the recovery to be able to reach a little further than it actually could.
Yeah, sort of letting Landkon in for free there.
Okay.
Great DI. Usually the fair is just a great move to kind of, check people on their DI.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh no! Okay, that wasn't quite bad enough, but Landkon still having an amazing time with advantage. Does end up dropping it.
We're gonna see another up air. No, Parasite Hammer blocks it out. We're still looking at Scythe from off stage here. Cranky's recalling it quickly. Try to get in the edge guard.
That could have been a down special and it would have actually killed. That's one of the situations. That's one of the biggest situations where I wish I saw Cranky's do it more. Is in edge guard situations, because there it's so much easier to coax your opponent going in specific ways, landing the down special. Ends up, however, getting a little too schmixed, and that's Landkon with the reverse Frio after swapping to Lucastar against Craig's Carcassonne.
Yeah, definitely a nice little kind of like a string of bad interactions leading to Cranky's dropping a game that looked pretty confident.
All right. So next up, we are going to be moving to winners finals, where we'll be seeing Punking versus AnorexiaRocks. Let's see. Let me set this all up real quick, and get the replays. And toss
so far, we got
trash.
Great runs from everybody so far. A lot of tight games. Even if you are seeing the 3-0s, we are seeing games that are being taken down to last stock. Lots of exciting workshop play.
Faux show. All right, so I will say that from okay, so I'm gonna clarify something really hard here. Okay, Challenge is fucking stupid and calls winners finals winners semifinals. Winners semifinals, okay, so like on the let me grab a Challenge bracket real quick. Though actually, Yeah, no, so actually, mine is a Swedish. Anyway, so it says semifinals, which is what we refer to as winners finals. But Challenge is stupid. We are correct. Because of the fact that we operate off a double bracket. This is a double elimination bracket. And there is... Right, so that's the fact. There's a double elimination bracket. So we have a semifinals... it's like there is a logic to why it is like why they put winners finals as semifinals, and it's because of the fact that it's a double elimination bracket and there is another finals afterwards, and they just dub it as actual finals. But because of the fact that we also split the actual bracket naming convention between a winners and a losers bracket and how we name them, we swap around things a little bit and just refer to winners finals. Because we also have a losers bracket where we refer to as losers finals. And then we have grand finals, which they just call finals. But because of our naming convention changes, it gets a little fucky. You're far from the only person to make this mistake. Comparatively, because I said, the page, it says semifinals. So I get it. But you're wrong. Anyway, so this first stage is gonna be on a very, very nice stage skin introduced in Rivals of Vapor DE, together with the inclusion of the milestone system. We're gonna be going to the Frozen Gates as our very first stage pick between Kara and Reimu. Not at all unexpected stage picks, character picks for that matter. Very much what we were expecting to see. Regina?
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I'm just making sure you're like awake or alive because it's like
I am ready whenever you are. Really.
Alright, good. Just checking.
I was letting you unload on challenge.
Perfectly fine. Basically, every bracket page fucking sucks. We need a new one. Smash GG can suck my left nut. Shalon can suck my right one. Let's get into the game. Frozen Gates. We got Kara Reimu. It's a battle of the anime, but not quite. Indie game character battle. Got one of the oldest indies known to man versus the new indie on the block, by which I mean the actually Undertale is from like 2016 or something now. It's not even that new anymore. Feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah, when are we getting the true indie darling Baldi from Baldi's Basics?
True. So true. All right.
This is a kind of matchup that it's exciting because you have two characters that have things that they're very, very good at, very specific things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested to see just how they play around with each other because it's not something I see too often.
Yeah. Oh, interesting way to recover there. Very interesting way to kind of make the recovery a little bit lower, a little bit more precise. I really like seeing that.
Yeah, again, it's just the knowledge that Punking has of this character just because they've grinded them out so much.
Mm-hmm. Does end up taking the first stock too. Very nice. Ends up laying down that save state, but does not get capitalized off it at all. Okay. I do kind of see as well, like, considering the fact that, oh, wow. Okay, the counter usage as well, I feel like is pretty nice because of the fact that, like, Anorexia is looking fairly aggressive, with their edge guarding, so using it, try to, like, stop, hopefully counter some of their, attempts at hitting them could also be very beneficial in the long run.
Yeah, we saw just there a lot of great combo interactions with Reimu and the Yin Yang Ball, able to just kind of like toss and turn Kara and tack on the damage. One of the best things about playing this character is just utilizing a combo tool like that. Seeing Punking is still struggling with 120 now. Reimu just sitting very comfortably at 40.
Yep. Oh, the Yin Yang Ball barely teetering on having a hitbox either on the ground or on the platform. That's a really rough angle to deal with. That's such a rough height to deal with. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sort of seeing these moments in time where Punking is standing like completely still. I'm assuming that they're really looking for that parry situation, but it didn't come. Still getting hit by Yin Yang.
Finally getting the kill at 199.
Just putting Punking in the washing machine there, but answering back with an up air and just saying, no, you can do all that fancy stuff. I'm just going to up air you.
Yep.
And now it even stocks the trade. And let's see if Anorexia can really keep on the pressure, or if Punking's just going to hit you with the straight up fundamentals.
OP on these character. It's more likely than you think.
Great parry there. More likely than you think.
Aw, damn, a lot of missed parries. I feel like a lot of people are definitely really trying their hardest to parry the Yin Yang ball, even though it's definitely one of the probably most mountainous tasks when it comes to figuring out how to get parries on. Especially someone that's Anorexia who definitely seems to love redirecting it right when you'd least want them to. Wonderful parry there, though. Save state about to come in. No kill just yet. Oh, wonderful whiff punish. Nice catch, really good one. And Punking just taking one.
Yeah, we had a lot of pressure by AnorexiaRocks on Punking's Kara, but ultimately just like being consistent and not getting mixed up by a lot of the Yin Yang stuff on that last stock.
Yeah, I will also extend a personal thank you to Punking for renaming the replay files to game 1, 2, etc.
Crazy,
even though I personally don't need it, thank you for making other people's lives easier. It's a nice touch. I appreciate not only the fact that you keep sending them inconsistently, the fact that you rename them is very nice. I like it. It's a good courtesy towards the streamer to make their lives easier. I like it. Thank you. This makes the hell I put up with some days feel. It feels a little bit more work to deal with.
It's the little things.
It's the little things in life. Speaking of little things, this little counter pick right here is going to be Merchant Port for stage pick.
One of my favorite stages. Loves this stage.
I think a lot of people.
I'm actually going to take a moment to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Sure thing. I'll carry the commentary. Meanwhile, I've known how to do this perfectly fine. I've been on many a solo com back in my days, back when I couldn't find commentators, back when Rivals of Europe for Europe was a little bit more on the down low. All right, so already we're seeing a very nice opening for AnorexiaRocks. Already getting Punking over in the corner. Punking, though, however, going to be the one to establish a little bit of a center stage connection, but loses it very fast. Nice coverage, using the projectile to catch the DI out. But we're really seeing these special reversals coming in that Punking has now told me is now, the basic functionality of special reversing is now on Kara. Did not used to be there, apparently. I'm gonna be honest, Chief. That makes me sad. I'm glad it's in there now. It's one of those really nice things to have. Basic functionality. Looking really nice for Anorexia right now in terms of percent lead. This is definitely like kill percent. Look at kill percent ranges as well. Oh, and there is in fact the first kill that I mentioned. Okay. Oh, nice catch with the card parry. Gonna give a lot of advantage to Punking. Still maintaining it. Down strong are being a little too frisky, I think. A little bit too on the nose of being like, ah yes, please run into this.
Alright, back and ready to commentate.
Welcome back. So we did see AnorexiaRocks take a pretty nice first stock, with Punking now taking the second one.
Yeah, I think that that in a stage like this, I feel like Reimu is definitely very comfortable.
Absolutely. They have a lot of space to work with. They have underneath the side platforms is a very nice, comfortable space for Reimu to have. In all honesty, they don't mind the corner on this type of stage.
Yeah, just the higher platforms in the middle there, it just makes it a little bit more readable when Punking's gonna try to go for a drop aerial.
Yeah, definitely, and because of the just literal default yin yang throw angle as well. It ends up covering the top platforms very nicely, just kind of shutting them off from general movement as well. Which is pretty huge. Oh, gets the counter. Doesn't get a whole lot of options, ends up actually dying very, very soon after. Oh, no! Oh, that was a little too fast on the draw there and missing the perfect whip.
Unfortunate. There we go. All right. Keeping it even. 7% is not a lot. Using that strategy of just like getting some iframes off of your opponent's recovery Excellent use. And then we're seeing Punking in control here. You can see that momentum kind of, as soon as taking the stock, getting the iframes from carrying projectile, and just staying on top of the pressure as soon as your opponent loses their iframes.
All right, and Punking does end up taking game number 2.
Super solid game. Great, clean play.
All right, for sure. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Now we pull the next one out here. Also, shout out to Rivals of Aether's replay system, by the way. Fun fact: if I change out the replay, so the way I'm doing things, I'm actually gonna quickly just show. Actually, hold on. Let me quickly do something to just kind of show without showing. I guess there's information I don't want to show, but there is information I want to show real quick in this Rivals of Aether window. Let me quickly go ahead and just do this the way I want to. So, something very neat that this game does. I'm gonna quickly just swap. I want to show this to the people, right? This is all I'm showing here is the stage pick. I'm not showing any other information. So right now, this replay is here right now, right? You see this replay. All right, you currently see it on the screen. All right. So while I'm in here, I quickly changed in the actual replay folder what replay is in there, and when I refresh the page, the other replay is now there. I don't need to close the game or anything. It does this. The best part, I can do this when it's on the results screen, and it still changes the replay out. Shout out to Rivals of Aether for having an amazing replay system, and I love it very much. It is probably one of the most convenient replay systems I've ever gotten to see or work with for a fighting game. It's very nice, very convenient. God bless the Rivals developers for creating such an awesome way of handling their system, or at least having one that works the way it does. I'm a fan. I'm also a fan of what we're seeing next here, which is that we're actually going to be seeing a character swap, a very interesting character swap that I did not prepare anything for. AnorexiaRocks is swapping to Psy-M.
Interesting pick. This is a character that they do indeed play here and there. I feel like they're one of the few people actually grinding this character out, which is very cool, considering this is one of the few brackets that they're actually in.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see this happen.
Yep, I have seen them. As I said, they have in fact played in another bracket with us before, which is Workshop Elites. I'm pretty sure. I think I've seen the Psy-M. I want to say it was that one. I could be wrong, but I've definitely seen this. I've definitely seen the Psy-M before. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah, so this one particular note about this character is the fact that they are sort of a Spacies type, but they also have the benefit of having a little bit of a sort of like weapon gimmick, where like they have this fan that essentially acts as their own little dagger. They have these interactions with their directional moves. When you hit people with a attack in a certain direction, you will get a sort of like notch in your character that will dictate what's a sort of like powered up move. Once you get all 4 directions, all cardinal directions touched, you get a powered up move.
Yep.
One dangerous move that you will be seeing from this character is a lot of their kill confirms end in up air. And no stranger to up airs is Kara, and we just saw one right there. Keeping us even.
Oh, really solid catch with that F strongbow. Okay, just baiting that out now. Okay, yeah, no, RX has completely caught on to the counter shenanigans. And just kind of letting it rip and just leaving it completely alone. Oh, the down strong.
Oh, there is that down strong, the one that sends inward.
It's a very volatile strong because, like, it's a very similar to stuff like Solana's down strong and base cast, but I don't know if the stats are entirely the same. It definitely hits pretty fast. Didn't seem like it has a lot of hit pops. I could be off my rocker with numbers, but that was a super dominating game from Anorexia after that Psy-M pick.
Once we saw that sort of edge guard read there, it turned really fast.
Yeah, no, Punking was not prepared to deal with that one. Jesus Christ. That one, I wouldn't have DI'd that one either. Trust me. Like it's just like how they sometimes ask, would that have mixed you up? That one would have mixed me up. That would have mixed me. That one could have been featured on a Will It Mix. Do you think you DI'd
Will
this?
it mix?
Yeah, Will It Mix? That one mixed me. I'm gonna rip you.
That's gonna need to be a thing. We need to host that. Will it mix?
Yeah, we need to simply steal Sajam's mid segment from that one Will It Kill and just make it entirely just Will It Mix. Did you get hit by this? Yes or no?
All right, strong showing from Punking right now, dealing a nice 60%. Very, very consistent edge guarding there, dealing with melee Sai.
Oh.
And there's that recovery from melee Sai. It is a very strong kind of move. It's a very active hitbox. You definitely want to respect it.
Very nice.
Nice.
Recovery.
Punking understanding that they're going to be expecting that that counter recovery. Little offstage exchange of their own with melee Sai, but Punking still on the advance.
Oh, interesting save point. Does end up catching on to it as well. Doesn't get a whole lot of it, but still.
Yeah, it's looking like Punking is sort of adapting to the funny word, adapting to the character pick very, very quickly. All it took was a game, but we'll see if Anorexia can like keep that momentum going and make it so that the game is more meaningful. Punking really want to, bring this back to Kara's favor.
An amazing sequence by Punking. Like that was so much. Just keep going for it in his favor. That was actually amazing. That was a really, really strong start.
And this is dominant momentum. We're looking at a 3-stock essentially. Unless Anorexia can really bring this back and collect themselves again, this is going to be a 3-stock.
Punking is keeping this momentum hella hard.
Oh, we almost saw it. Are we going to see it? Up air? Missing the up air.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, trading with the up special, but I think this is still going to be enough momentum for Punking to just carry this to a win.
Definitely looking really rough for Anorexia. I wouldn't doubt a side character personally, but still, it is looking rough. Oh,
you gotta remember these are both side characters.
Oh shit, you're right. Ah!
You know what they say? Keep it in the family.
Oh fuck. Anorexia though did not get touched a whole lot that stock.
Yeah, we're looking at Anorexia kind of really, really collecting themselves after that and keeping it consistent. They only need one more direction to complete the circle, but that's gonna take it. Some bad DI there.
They were probably prepping a downwards move for sure. That was definitely very rough. All right, with that, Punking advances to grand finals very cleanly.
Yeah, Kara's still super effective in their hands.
For sure. All right, so next up, we're going to be moving down to loser semis, where we will be seeing Landkon versus Bowling King. Let's see.
Now we're gonna see whether or not the Valkyrie's coming back, or if we're gonna stick with the Lucas Star. They might be comfortable after that game with Crankies and sticking with it.
We are seeing, from what I'm seeing right here, we are going to be seeing the Valkyrie coming right on back. I'm going to be trying that one out against the Captain Toad, probably feeling like, it's not Carcassonne. Like, it's definitely like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like their general idea of this bracket, they want to play Valkyrie. I think that's a general thing for them right now. So they really want to play Valkyrie as much as possible. Fill them out. They definitely seem to be enjoying them a whole lot. So now, testing the waters against this Captain Toad is going to be next on the agenda for our boy Landkon right here. Alright. I am prepped up with all of that stuff. I am going to start this replay and let Regina do what I just did. Take it away solo for a little bit of a second, because I also need to go to the bathroom. So I will. All right. I will let it rip on Tower of Heaven right now.
Here in the Rivals community, we do have a healthy urinary relationship. Stay hydrated, keep the flow going. You know what they say. That's what Rivals is all about. So now we're going to take away with Valkyrie and Captain Toad. got a nice little strong showing from Captain Toad so far, just testing it out, making sure not to get hit by too much Valkyrie stuff, but might have said that too soon because Landkon's Valkyrie still really, really on top of the pressure, as usual. What I'd like to see from the Captain Toad play is just possibly more of the Lumas being deployed. I feel like there might be a little bit too much pressure where BK is not able to just throw it out. And then as we saw right there, we just got immediately punished by Valkyrie. In this matchup, it might be a little bit too much to ask for. Nice recovery there from BK, making sure not to get caught by an edge guard. Sitting at 136%, but tacking on the damage to the Valkyrie, this could go in any exchange. If we're looking at a strong here, both can kill. Nice forward air from Valkyrie.
All right, I am back, and we're looking at a stock lead from Landkon.
Still keeping it pretty tight. It was a situation where either of them could have hit us strong and it would have killed. BK still needs to fish for Iz. But easier said than done against a super fast Valkyrie like Landkon's.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Ooh, nice catch it up strong.
There we go. Might be a little too late. Looking at 90% sitting on there with a bunch of battle scars.
Not quite getting those platform chases either. Oh, very smart usage of the up special, I'd say. But, kind of being like, he's gonna try to catch my landing here. Let me just not land.
Yeah, just being a little bit patient. BK's been really good about that this bracket. We saw that against the Iroh. We're seeing it against the Valkyrie. Great recovery there. Just throwing out the Luma, taking the time to throw it out. It's not going to be enough to survive against Valkyrie up strong at 120, but still seeing great smart plays from BK.
All right. Okay, finally starting to get some hits in. Nice, a lot of upper juggling going on. Not getting a little bit of percent going. Oh, that was very smart, actually. That was a really smart recovery mix-up. I dig that a lot. Generally, he's kind of going for a very precise hit while still dodging, so giving him a little bit more time to recover. And oh my god, really good upstrong doesn't end up killing.
Oh, I was looking for that to kill. Yeah.
Ooh, the power
That's
block
gonna kill though.
There we go. Not too
Keeping
big
it nice,
of a
not
deficit.
missing those.
Yeah, not too big of a deficit, especially compared to the first stock. So BK might still be able to get something going here.
Yeah, and again, we're looking at just really consistent, patient play. Very clever kind of approaches to Valkyrie in this game so far. You see that edge stalling there from BK is very smart against Valkyrie. Valkyrie wants to go in there and just start hitting aerials, and he's not letting him.
Oh lord!
Oh,
this is
no.
gonna be a rough position. Oh, the death special.
That's gonna be
Oh, what?
BK really showing the limits of how he's taking this character into the competitive zone. Like the recovery right there was sort of amazing. I'm sure if Landkon was a little more confident in edgeguarding that, he would have gone down there himself. But BK just really just taking the time. Unfortunately, that's going to be the final stock for Valkyrie, and Landkon takes that game.
Very, very solid. BK definitely should not be trifled with.
Yeah, again, in this top 8, we're just seeing just high-level play from all players in their respective characters. Games are going down to last stocks, and yeah, just making everybody feel represented and viable. And we love to see it. We love to see characters like Valkyrie and Iroh get top 8. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very nice to see like some of the older characters finally like getting it, because like it is always nice to see older characters get a bit of a spotlight again. Even the fact that like for example Liz recently got like an actual proper update for the first time in like forever. So we've been seeing a little bit of Liz in weeklies. We saw I think Dakota got second with Liz not too long ago. And finally the the Palm got an update recently. Olympia's still waiting on hers. Astra is gonna get updated. Like Wishstream is trying to update Astra. A lot of older characters are getting a little bit of love again, and it's very nice to see.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of just preparation for Riptide. Riptide's going to be a just amazing event for all these classic workshop characters and some new ones as well.
Faux show.
A lot of love going into these characters because they do represent workshop as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And are going to be just, our extension branch as workshop developers to a bunch of players out there who may not be familiar with them.
Yup. It's gonna be great. What's also gonna be great is we're seeing Fire Capital. It's been a while since I've seen this stage. I feel like most workshop players don't really go here very often, but BK is a different man. So let's see if he's learned from Menace 13, the absolute legend of how to actually play on Fire Capital.
All right, let's see. This pick doesn't really surprise me. We've seen BK just be very patient with the way that he's playing against other players. And having the space and the platform setup of Fire Capital could really be in his favor here. We're also potentially not going to see as much down air approaches from Landkon's Valkyrie. It is extremely powerful move that can go through platforms, but it might be a little bit harder to just like space it out on Fire Capital.
Seems a lot of really nice mileage in general for BK on this stage for sure, with being able, like, having a bit more space to kind of try to outspace Valkyrie on. Ooh. Nice air dodge here to at least dodge the strong attack.
We just love to see the Luma being used to tether into aerials. BK's really, really consistent at that so far. A lot of damage from both players right now, but we're really going to see who can kind of convert with it. As BK can get a lot of space out of Fire Capital, but taking stock is another thing. And we actually saw it with an up air there, a first for this set. We're seeing just like very, very difficult for Landkon's Valkyrie to approach with these platforms in the way. And with BK having a Luma on deck at all times is just very it's gonna be very intimidating.
So a lot of really nice mix-ups with the Luma recovery too. Like, it keeps throwing out different ones every time. Landkon cannot keep up. Ooh. Oh, interesting. He's popping the Luma.
Oh,
Deciding he wants to be able to reposition it, so he just kind of goes for a quick pop.
yeah, those moment-to-moment deployments from BK. We're seeing just like the depth of how he knows how to set this character up.
Oh, sure. And definitely feel like those kill power struggles we're talking about for Valkyrie, and the fact that she's getting buffs. I feel like Landkon definitely can't wait on those right now with how this Fire Capital game is looking.
I mean, it's one thing to have kill power, but it's another thing to actually hit your opponent. And I think that's the thing that's difficult for Valkyrie on this stage. Just not a lot of you're seeing stray hits here and here and there, but it's not the same kind of conversions we're used to seeing from Valkyrie on other stages. Fishing for stuff like up strong is a lot harder on a stage like this. I can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Nice edge guard there from BK. BK being patient. Almost got the read there.
Ooh. Nice
BK
catch.
taking his time, not rushing into these situations. Understanding that that's where Valkyrie wants to be in his phase.
Oh my god.
Great tether into up air. Using the up air twice to get stocks in a row.
Alright, looking super solid for BK right now. This counter pick being actually amazing. Ooh. Okay. Still keeping
Yeah,
up with really
BK's
solid
just
pressure.
still in control here. This was definitely just an amazing pick from BK.
Okay, guess that down strong is still so far away from killing. Oh, yep. Being completely ready for that.
And so this is another thing that that I wanted to bring up, just the fact that you can't. There is, you know, being comfortable with a character on a stage, but what we're seeing here is BK being comfortable in general on a stage like Fire Capital. They're maneuvering around it like they know how to maneuver around it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And that was a very neat little Luma snipe to seal out game 2. As well. Definitely looking really nice on BK's end. So let's see what the next stage they're taking us to is. Because I'm curious what Landkon's counterpick is going to be after dealing with all of that. We are going to be seeing the Diamond Grove with a character counterpick. We are, in fact, going to be seeing the Lucas Star coming out once more.
Oh, this one's going to be a difficult one for Captain Toad for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to see the same kind of just due to Iroh being a little more sluggish and relying on specific hitboxes. It's not going to be the same kind of thing where you have this rush down that's trying to keep combos up on Captain Toad.
Mm-hmm.
With Lucas Star, you do have a character that can keep up with Captain Toad, small hurt box, and just keep tacking on attacks.
Yep. All right, let's see how this goes ahead. Diamond Grove is going to be the stage. Very understandable pick. Probably one of Lucas Star's best stages. Has amazing general vertical kill options. Has nice way to carry people up to the platforms with forward air and up air general. So this is definitely a very good pick.
And it's definitely going to be a little scarier for BK to do the high end recovery because he might just land up on one of those platforms and eat an up air.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That being said, BK has shown us just how solid they've been playing all bracket.
Yep.
Unable to get down, getting all of the reads there. Landkon taking a lot of damage off of BK's Toad.
Oh man, it's doing a little bit more of the insta Luma pop for possible repositioning. Oh, really good up B there. So, fun fact about Lucas Star's up B, which is something that is a bit of a side effect of the fact that it works like Abscess, is that if how do I explain this? So basically, Abscess up air, up special. When you up special, if you're doing the up special off of the ground, it doesn't put you in pratfall. And there's a very similar, and this basically does the same thing. And the fact is that this also, to a degree, nice kill confirm, applies to the second one. If you do the first zip onto into a grounded surface, and then do a second zip, it again does not put you in pratfall. And this is also, as I said, prevalent on Lucas Star. So there's a really nice usage of that on Landkon's end.
Yeah, great approaching tool. It really opens up the combo game. We're seeing BK keeping it even, but taking a lot of damage right now. This could be... Oh no, the Gimp there might have been a almost a free stock there.
Ooh, the Star to interrupt the recovery path. Oh, really good call out there.
Yeah, this is exactly the sort of thing I was mentioning before. Just like the high recovery is not what you want to be doing against Lucas Star on this stage.
Yeah.
They really can just seek out that top platform and be like, hey, come at me. Oh, missing the read on the upstrong there. Trying to get some sort of... Oh, the drill!
Oh my god. Oh, but it's a pineappling themselves!
Alright, this is the scenario that BK wants to be in. A little bit more of some life there.
Still potential for staying in it.
Landkon kind of taking their time, knowing that they have the speed to kind of take whatever approach that BK's throwing out.
Literally just dash dancing in the corner. Oh.
This is where it's kind of risky, throwing out those moves like down air from Captain Toad. Lots of end lag on a move like that. And there it is, the high recovery getting red with the up air, just as we mentioned.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, almost had a follow-up on that down air.
Landkon is once again just oh lord.
Almost got that read there, but missing the down air. That could have been the spike.
Yep. Oh, managed to maneuver around it just a little bit. Bowling King is basically not allowed to take any solid hit right now. Oh, unfortunately.
There it is, Superman punch.
Yep. All right.
Keeping it close though, one stock to one stock. BK doing an outstanding job of testing that boundary of like what can Toad do against Lucasar.
Faux show. All right. For game number 4, we're gonna be seeing the forest floor pick coming up from BK. Okay, interesting. I can kind of see it getting out, still like going up for a little bit more open space. A little bit more open at least. Still feeling a little bit. I feel about this one a little bit how I felt when we saw Crankies go here. But if I go, this is still taking the spacey to Pokemon.
Yeah. Although as we saw, just due to the fact that you do have some breathing room to kind of space out stuff. Just like we saw on Aramata, BK wants to be able to kind of like run around and just be like, okay, well, like I'm not gonna approach you yet. I'm not gonna approach you yet.
Yeah. Seeing a lot of minecart attempts here.
Yeah, it's definitely a decent burst tool. Leads into all these follow-ups that Captain Toad loves to do. Wasn't able to see a big conversion off of it, but still damage.
Okay.
Nice Lumitos. Almost read it. Landkon just trying to catch that. And this is a dangerous game. We might see an up air.
Oh.
No.
Really good landing.
BK just throwing out the fair. Very good.
I think it was in there, but either way. I actually have no clue. It's not like the fair is like a little kick, and I assume in there is a spin. It would make the most sense. Oh, good dash tech up air. You can seal up that first stock. Oh no, they were a little too slow on the draw with that one. Ooh.
Looking for some sort of kill confirm here.
A lot of trouble getting it. Okay, gets hit by the uppy into up tilt.
Oh, jumped into the forward special. Unfortunate.
Alright, popping the Luma to be able to replace it, but let's see if he gets any mileage off of it. Ooh! Oh no, it's a 2-1.
Unfortunate.
Like I'm getting a little baited, wanting to try to cover recovery path, but there was in fact no recovery to be spoken of. So ends up.
I would like to consider that a homie stock. An in bracket homie stock.
Sure. Shit, you do you, Regina.
Landkon fishing for those offstage forward specials, which were very much a favorite tool of use by Zonix and you, and we've seen that in both of your combo videos.
It's funny. Okay.
Oh, missing the Luma follow up there, unfortunate, but still trying to get some ground here to get some take a stock. Captain Toad, as we've seen BK pilot them, isn't totally out of the running at this percent, but they're gonna need to take a stock right now. We're gonna see the up air. There it is. Perfect spacing, perfect timing by Landkon.
All right. I hope that we are going to be seeing Landkon staying on stream because we are now going to be moving on to losers finals. And who will we have waiting there? But let's see, losers finals we got, of course. It's AnorexiaRocks waiting there. Let me go ahead and grab all of these. So I am curious about what AnorexiaRocks is going to be opening with. Is it going to be the Reimu? Is it going to be a melee size situation right off the bat? I am curious to see exactly what AnorexiaRock will have in store for us to start up this set. It's going to be Valkyrie versus Reimu to start things off. Understandable. Have a nice day. Alright, so Valkyrie Reimu, I feel
This was an interesting one, yeah.
is going to be a moderately painful matchup for Valkyrie, if I'm going to be completely honest. I feel this one might actually be a little rough. Mostly because the fact it's a big body. It's a large lass. I feel like projectile pelting might be really rough for her in general. It's going to depend a lot on how exactly Valkyrie's projectiles interact with cards and Jin Yang Ball. I think that's going to be very pivotal to how rough this matchup might end up being.
Yeah, I'd hate to see this walrus being bullied by Yin Yang. I'd hate to see it.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that kind of bullying is what's going to be occurring, or if Landkon has the sauce to get by in this matchup. Let's
we've seen extremely strong play from their Valkyries, so I do not doubt it. But anything can happen. It's Call the Abyss. The Abyss calls. We answered. Hope everybody at watching at home is having a great time too, watching some great rivals play in the workshop, especially with all of these different characters being represented, and especially characters that are going to be in Riptide.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're already seeing a lot of damage on Landkon. Basically exactly what I was expecting to see, but let's see if this clapback can come in real nicely. This is not a character that, like, this is definitely a character Landkon has played a decent amount against in the past, as there's been definitely like plenty of Reimu players that he's gotten to experience. Not necessarily this matchup specifically, but he knows those moves. He's played against like Masquerade, Crankies, myself, definitely knows what to be expecting when Reimu is on the field. And that was a great anti-air catch. Alright, already we're seeing Jin Yang Ball being fairly oppressive once again. Getting some nice general catchings. Ooh, nice. Fair ladder. Does not get the upper
almost saw it.
Yeah, good DI on Landkon's end, recognizing that, okay, this is the last fair they can get. Here's where the upper would come out, so they DI'd out for it. Oh, the Yin Yang Ball sabotaging. Oh my god, it's at like, it's at that height where like it needs to be parried. There we go, does get the parry, does not get anything off of the parry because of being a little just like trigger happy and being like, I'm just gonna throw it down strong right after this. Oh, gets up strong on the platform.
Oh, that Yin Yang Ball really paying taxes right now.
Yeah.
Going up and down.
Oh, gets another up strong. Very nice. That kills really early on Reimu, but these were lightweight.
Yeah, we're seeing that being the favored tool for Landkon to close out stocks, especially off of bouncing off of down air. A very consistent tool. Nice call out there.
Oh,
God, there's very much. That's going to be the stock.
Yeah, sweet spot F strong. That's going to take it from center stage. And AnorexiaRocks definitely looking pretty damn strong. To start
extremely confident with the Reimu right now.
So I do want to highlight a little something that was actually mentioned in the chat by Landkon. So there's actually a mechanic in Rivals of Aether, where if someone is in hit stun and you parry something they have out, they do not get put in parry stun. The reason why this is no longer the case, and I say no longer because it used to be the case, is because I'm sure some of you might be familiar with Basecast Absa's down special, which is the time bomb. Back in the day, there were some interactions. There was an interaction with that where basically if you hit her in some certain situations where like you would just parry a time bomb, she'd kind of get yeeted. There were some situations where like parrying it would just kind of have her get yeeted or something like that, and that was like the main thought. The main one was just like the fact that could happen. It's pretty awful, it felt awful a lot of the time for like the Absa player to just kind of like end up dealing with that, which I get. Like some people might say they fucking deserve it. I get that. Some people really don't like Absa, but I think the not being able to get put in parry stun while you're in hit stun makes complete sense. There were some interactions which is actually fucked because of it before, and I'm glad that it is no longer a thing. Anyway, for game number 2 of this set, this should still be the correct players, right? Yeah, good. I still got the right folder. It's gonna be Rockwall.
Right.
Interesting. I don't know. Have we seen Rockwall today?
It's a shame because I'm sure we all here at Workshop love Rockwall.
You would you would like Rockwall, Miss Grappler Summit creator.
Yeah, maybe inspired a little bit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Actually, I never heard of Rockwall in my life. Actually.
Only we are simply we only know Grappler Summit around here.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. All right. So we are
seeing another just like again, like even though we're seeing the advantage brought by Reimu against Valkyrie, it's still close sets. We're seeing close sets with each of these games in top 8, and it just really shows just like the level that all these players are playing. So shoutouts to everybody to join in the bracket today.
Go show.
In this case, wow, excellent up strong by Valkyrie. In this case, it is one of those things where Valk seems like they're just right there in terms of like being able to have a very comfortable matchup against Reimu, just because of like the fact that they can kill Reimu fairly easy. Their moves aren't super lacking in kill power against a character like this, and especially on Rockwall where they can just sit on the top plat after a follow-up and hit the up strong like we saw earlier.
Yep.
But in general, how do you feel about this stage for these characters? Since we haven't seen it today.
I think it's a great pick on Landkon's side, honestly. Because I think that, again, like, I think this is nice for similar reasons as some of the other small stages are. Valkyrie can kill. Obviously, this is a lighter weight matchup, so there's still, like, a lot of kill potential, but generally speaking, I think that there might be a bit less, like, how do I explain what I want to say? Basically, the fact that the mid platforms aren't entirely a corner, but more so they're on, like, they're in this kind of center stage, like the center stage, and there's a corner that is without the platforms is something that's nice for Valkyrie. The fact that they aren't that close limits the amount of recovery mix-up that Reimu gets, because they don't have an immediate platform to retreat to, and that is nice for Valkyrie's edgeguarding game, and also Valkyrie's recovery isn't as heavily impacted by it as I would say that Reimu's might be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Totally agree. Yeah, and keeping as we were saying earlier, Landkon's Valkyrie is being fairly comfortable on this stage, taking a stock 2-0.
Very, very, very strong turnaround compared to game 1, for sure.
And let's see if they can carry this momentum going forward. Keeping the Valk train running.
Alright, as for the counter pick coming from AnorexiaRocks, we're seeing another character swap. We're seeing the melee side coming out now after losing that hard. You know, I can kind of get it. I can understand it. Maybe you're like, oh, fuck, they got me figured out. Yeah, grab in the pocket. Grab your pocket melee side, your pocket side character out of the closet. See how it goes. I am very curious to see if the melee side is going to be a rough one for Valkyrie or not. I can potentially imagine it.
Yeah, this is a fast character. This is just a fast character that has a lot of great hitboxes. And so, you know, you're not going to see as many of those types of like kind of floaty approaches from Reimu. This is a character that AnorexiaRocks can just jump in and start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Additionally, we like just because Valkyrie is a bigger hurt box, melee size stuff is going to work a little bit more in this matchup. Especially, I'm assuming the edge guarding is going to be pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a shine to force
Oh,
him up
missing
here.
the forward strong there. That could have been a big upset. Landkon's just not being afraid of it. But there's that down strong again. Taking Landkon probably the surprise.
Mm-hmm. All right, definitely looking real. This is looking basically just like complete turnaround again. Like this is such a dominating game for AnorexiaRocks, just like the last match was super dominating for Landkon. I feel like honestly, I'm gonna hard call a character swap. I'm gonna hard call a character swap on Landkon's end as well with how this is looking.
Yeah, we're gonna see the dual character swap.
Yeah, I'm kind of predicting it at this point. I feel like this is definitely one of those matchups that might warrant it.
Let's see if Valk can bring it back together. We're not seeing a lot of opening up. It's almost it's almost seeing like Landkon's not throwing out the hitboxes that he should be.
Mm-hmm. Might be a little off-put.
A little starstruck.
Yeah, a little unsettled right now.
There we go, opening up.
Finding footing, yeah, for sure. Finding some nice footing here.
And we have seen these comebacks before, especially with Valk's pressure. Could be the case. Keeping it even. This is actually not as bad as it was going before.
Yeah, no.
Landkon was able to take their footing and really go with it. And we could actually see Valk take this game very easily.
Yeah, it's definitely looking a lot better. Ooh.
Nice call out for that edge guard. We've seen the MSI forward strong edge guard a lot, and I think people are starting to take notice of it, especially if people are going to be playing this character more often in brackets. People are going to see it.
Oh,
and there's
Lord.
that down strong. Taking it at 150.
I like the victory music that MSI has. I'm kind of jamming.
Kind of curious where it comes from. I'm gonna have to ask about that.
Yeah, it's mad nice. It's mad nice. All right, so AnorexiaRock does end up taking that one. Now, let's see if I'm correct and the Lucastar is coming out. Let's have a gander. It is in fact the Lucastar. How could I ever have guessed that that would possibly be in the cards?
This is going to be really, really fun to watch. We have two characters that are extremely similar in their type of build, but they are different interpretations of the Spacey archetype. And because of that, they offer different combo routes, different feelings, and different approaches. So this is actually going to be a treat to watch, especially for a finals like this for Coda. We have characters that don't normally get to face each other.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. All right, let's hop right in. Diamond Grove is going to be the counter pick. We saw this come out earlier today, and I completely agree that this is a pretty solid stage pick for Lucastar.
Yeah, I want to see some really crazy stuff happen off of this matchup. This is the kind of stuff that I really want to see. So obviously, both of them sort of have an empower gimmick. Obviously, MSI has the directional inputs that buff a move right after, and then Lucastar has the constellation system. The one interesting note is that Lucastar's forward special is sort of like a catching mechanism. It is a move where you can catch people with it, you can kill with it, you can combo off stage. MSI's forward strong is more of a combo extender. It allows you to just kind of open up that space so you can do stuff like up airs.
Oh, show. Oh.
Oh, was looking for the down strong in there. There he is.
Ooh.
Trying to fish for that up air
Getting there
and
eventually.
finally hitting it. One thing to note is that MSI's dash attack is one of my favorite moves off the character. It's just like this kind of nice sidekick as you slide into your opponent. It makes opening up for combos really easy. Sitting at 115, this is definitely a kill percent for Lucastar if MSI is able to do anything
Damn.
But Landkon is taking the pressure up.
Oh!
Nice forward strong. There it is.
Double
That
hit
is what
specialist.
every LucasStar player wants to see. They want to hit that combo.
That's a nice one for sure. Oh
Nice.
my lord! A very
The
nice
full
setup.
down strong. AnorexiaRocks is going to have to work a little bit harder here if they want to make the stock up. Both are fairly lethal characters that die fairly quick, so it can be doable. This is sort of just like you know, we talked about parking lot fights. This is more of a bar fight. This is super close quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, almost got the drill off the stage. It's going to look for a down strong. MSI again, opening up that forward strong, just a really solid tool, especially against a character like LucasStar who's looking to have specific approaches against you. You can beat it out with MSI forward special.
Yep. Oh. Seeing so many like slobber. I feel like it's very interesting that we've seen like just every stage pick has been like very deciding for who kind of ends up getting the next dominating match. So are now going to be going to game 5. Let's see if AnorexiaRocks is sticking with the MSI, if they have some very solid stage counter pick up their sleeve.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm very interested in seeing the stage counter pick.
Yeah, let's see what the final stage is going to be. It is going to be Jewel Surveil. Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? Why not? Interesting.
The workshop stage.
The workshop community favorite stage pick. Hello, Menace. This is Melee Sai. This is the character AnorexiaRocks is playing right now. It's a battle of the spacey interpretations. Let's see. Exactly, this one's
We
gonna
have
go.
some interesting follow-ups here.
Yep.
Watching the neutral for these characters is really interesting just because MSI does kind of beat out LucasStar in a lot of normals just because of the disjoint.
Mm-hmm.
Great empowered use right there. That's what the MSI player really wants to put out. Read the recovery into the down strong. Oh, almost a sticky situation there for Landkon. Must have misinputted.
Oh, damn.
Trying to throw out these raw strongs, trying to catch MSI, but it's not working.
Oh! Amazing catch for AnorexiaRocks there.
Yeah, up special is one of the more difficult moves to use for MSI. It is powerful if your opponent's not expecting it, but because it's so slow and has to hit specifically, you can just ignore it entirely, and the MSI doesn't get anything out of it. There's that down strong, really being pivotal in the way that AnorexiaRocks is just taking these stocks. Nobody's really ready to DI it. Solid groundwork from Landkon, trying to find some life here. Nice empowered use. Again, just tacking on the damage, tacking on the hits. AnorexiaRocks has been very good at just getting their directional inputs so that they can unlock the empowered. Oh, was looking for a plat drop, so they're doing the so they were doing the down strong.
Oh,
there it is.
Lord. Damn. That was an absolute slobber knocker of a set because it just kept... It was a very swingy set because literally after the first game, every counter pick was a solid dominating 2-stock, I'm pretty sure, from both players. That was crazy to see. A very crazy set. Very
they're bringing it right now. They're bringing it.
Mm-hmm. And now, with that win from AnorexiaRocks, we have grand finals.
Yeah,
coming
we're
up
here.
Next.
So let's get hype about this one because I'm trying to see what could possibly be the next stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, LucasStar doesn't really have a weak stage.
Well,
but in this case,
LucasStar's out. LucasStar's dead.
oh,
That was
uh-oh.
right? That wasn't that game 5. That was game 5. The set that set is over. AnorexiaRocks won.
I totally miscounted. My bad.
That's it's all good.
Extremely strong showing from Landkon all bracket, taking the Valkyrie all the way, and only switching really when they're having some trouble getting off of the Valkyrie stuff. And of course, AnorexiaRocks really bringing out the melee Sai and showing that they've been doing work with him.
Yup. And speaking of, for this next set, we are in fact going to be seeing Anorexia start off with melee Sai.
After their last interaction, I don't blame them. They really want to be able to say, okay, well, the Kara, I have to deal with it in some way, and the best way I was dealing with it was with melee Sai. There we go.
I figured
now we're talking.
I figured out the alternative. I took a page out of someone else's book. Alright, here we go. So, melee Sai versus Kara. Gonna be our grand finals. Let's have a gander at exactly how this is gonna go. This run back between Punking and Anorexia. Melee Sai versus Kara. Sai character versus Sai character. Let's get this rolling.
Yeah. And just like really very interesting archetypes of characters against. We have Spacey, and then we have just like the kind of concoction of different moves and styles that Kara is. A very interesting design. One of Sai's most popular ones.
Mm-hmm. Alright, definitely solid start from Punking. But Anorexia answering right back with a nice combo, but oh my god, gets near spike.
Punking is not phased at all. Punking is very confident going into this. They're like, you know, it's not a big deal. I got this. Beat it before, beat it again. But I love to see AnorexiaRocks really kind of get the download on this car and finally start opening it up.
Oh.
Seen a lot of back and forth interactions here.
Yeah.
Sort of similar to the Luxar matchup, where it's just like, you know, you're just seeing them swinging at each other.
Yeah, it's very nice to see that, because it's definitely like this really feels like we're seeing two players of very equal skill duking out. It's really nice to see it. Oh, that was a great
Very nice
catch.
out there.
That was a great catch.
So now in this case, you have to be wondering to yourself, like, you know, in terms of just matchup knowledge, Kara is a character that everybody's very used to seeing. Sai, not so much. So just going into this, you know, obviously we saw Punking adapt very, very well to melee Sai in the previous set that they had. So are we going to be seeing the same kind of adaptation from AnorexiaRocks? Considering Kara's been out for a while, we've seen Kara in brackets a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice reading that counter recovery. It's been a very good tool in Punking's recovery mix-up. Oh, this can be dangerous. Are we looking for the forward strong? Missing it, whiffing it. But still catching forward airs.
Damn, Rexar getting that first game.
Just staying on top of the edge guard there was really important, because we've seen Punking kind of win these out against AnorexiaRocks over and over again. So finally being able to say, hey, I'm not going to let you recover this time. Finally, it's probably going to feel good for AnorexiaRocks.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing the immediate Blazing Hideout counter pick. Not even surprising that we're seeing this one come out already. Potentially a little surprising that we're seeing it at all. Like, I wonder what bans they're doing when they are just letting this stage remain open.
Yeah, it has to be. It might not even be in the conversation. They might just being, hey, like, just pick whatever. Go for it. I'm not scared. Blazing Hideout, I don't give a fuck.
That's very possible.
Especially after such a strong last game from AnorexiaRocks, we could see that confidence carry over the momentum and saying, hey, maybe I'm not going to do as bad on this stage against Kara. Finally, the counter comes out off of an edge guard interaction. Nice strong from Kara, able to close out the stock. A nice lead, not too crazy. You're seeing these kind of approaches from AnorexiaRocks that are just being snuffed out by Punking's just pure knowledge on this stage and the character. And now we're finally seeing down special come out from AnorexiaRocks. I'm not sure if it was the best use there, but down special does have properties of a little bit of armor on some of the frames, which allows the melee side to kind of control pace a little bit more. Usually they want to be throwing out hitboxes and, you know, keeping the pressure up. But if they come up against a stronger kind of matchup where they do need to start punishing, down special is a great move.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally on the board, AnorexiaRocks is going to be working really uphill for this one. I'd have to say, I don't really see it happening. At 80%, Kara's just got so much riding on them and an extra stock.
I mean, a lot probably is it's just flat drop after flat drop. That forwarder is going to put Anorexia in a really rough situation. Good catch, not going to kill just yet. Oh, nice catch the forwarder as well after that nair, and that is going to seal out game 2 very convincingly.
Again, we just have such clean play from Punking's Kara. This is a premier player of this character, and you guys get to see it in action.
All right, for stage counter, it's gonna be interesting. An interesting one for me. This is gonna be Spiritual. I think both characters have a pretty nice time here. In all honesty, Kara definitely doesn't mind the low top blast zone.
Spirit Tree is another stage that does tend to be a comfortable pick for workshop players.
For sure.
Got a lot of open space that's unmolested from, you know, with platforms. You can kind of go around doing your thing.
Yeah, and even workshop.
And it's a pretty looking
here.
stage.
Yeah, and even workshop can kill here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that's gonna definitely. Oh, never mind. I feel like that could have just been an up air and it would have been a kill, but playing it safe instead with the forward air.
Yeah, it's smart for Punking to throw out the projectiles there and just catching the recovery on melee side. Hey, you had this great interaction off stage, but I'm still gonna punish you from off stage. Both still can close out a stock here. Punking was looking for that up strong. Nice tech, waiting it out.
Oh wow!
And it's almost like they're taking turns for who's going off stage. We're seeing very quick interactions.
Yep.
One thing that does come across really well is that regardless of how the character is being played, Kara's animations really sell this confidence that I think is very fitting for the way that Punking is playing them.
Oh, for sure. Oh, nice down strong catch.
Here's full save.
Good shine to get out of that combo.
Yeah, we could have gotten a big conversion there. We're seeing not a lot of use of the up special. It is a harder move to get, but one unique property of melee size up special is the fact that the starting stomp that he does when he does the animation actually does more when you hit the full move.
Okay.
So that's why in a lot of games I've played against Inner, who played a lot of melee side, they were trying to get those stomp confirms, and it would just do so much for the character. And unfortunately, not seeing a lot of that from AnorexiaRocks. Just seeing more of the forward special use.
Beautiful counter by Punking. Evening out percents by a lot, actually, and making this a lot more of a doable game.
There is the up air. And an up air of their own. Punking is just calling out and just say, hey, like, yeah, let's keep it even. Almost had a punish on that recovery. It is a laggier recovery, which makes it, for the strengths that melee side has as spacey, that is one of their weaknesses that they don't share with Lucastar. Lucastar has sort of a different kind of different kind of strengths weaknesses compared to melee side.
Oh damn!
Nice. And now we're seeing some life from AnorexiaRocks.
For sure, definitely looking really soft. Like they're keeping up really nicely. Pumpkin is also keeping up very nicely, but when it comes to closing it out, yeah, a little problem there.
Yeah, just extremely clean play from both of them, and it really edges out on who can win those final interactions. And that's what we like to see. It's really close games, all this top 8.
Yeah, for sure. And this is an interesting stage counter pick for me because we're gonna be seeing Trouble Pawn, which I also don't think we've seen today, or have we? I can't remember if we've seen it or not.
I think we saw it. Actually, no, I don't think we've seen it today. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting option to go for here. It is a moderately flat droppy state. Sometimes I can kind of see it, but I don't know. There's something. I don't know. We'll see. There's just like, I don't like the state. I just don't. I'm gonna be. I just don't like Trouble. I don't like Trouble.
I'm not a fan of Trouble either. It's probably my worst stage. If you want to counterpick me at Trouble. I'm putting it out there for everybody. But I will say, I think that maybe I'm curious is if Kara's up strong will reach on this stage, and that could be a pivotal factor.
It should. I'm pretty sure because it's just a mid-platform height. It's the same platform height as like Merchant and all over mid-height platform stages. It should.
So that could be a pivotal factor in this. In terms of what melee Sai gets off of this, not a lot, because there's not going to be a lot of weak stages for melee Sai. A lot of just like with Luke Star, just a lot of stages that are like, these are okay.
Oh, thanks Dose Rogers for raiding with 20 people from this sick workshop grand finals going on right now.
Yeah, we're seeing the grand finals here. Let's go. Welcome everybody. Can Punking kind of bring it back from here? AnorexiaRocks just being really on top of that edge guard, but this might be disaster. They've reset it back to neutral, and Punking's really looking to fish for some damage here. They're both at 2 stocks. Of course, with a nice place forward strong or up air, that's going to take the stock. So we're seeing just the general use of melee Sai kind of bouncing between the different platforms, getting strong edge guard interactions. And I think that's maybe making the difference on this stage. Sure, we do have the plat drop aerials, but it's not as influential on this stage for Punking so far.
Oh, and gets the upper catch to seal that out, and that is going to be the bracket reset.
Bracket reset. Love to see it. Love to see it. Can AnorexiaRocks really turn it around after basically showing us that their character was being called out by Punking? Punking's Kara was kind of walking over them in the previous set. So being able to bring it back like this is fantastic.
All right, so let's see.
So I'm curious to see what stage this is going to next, because if we saw the Trouble Pawn, I have no idea what's going on.
And so we will of course be returning back to the starter picks because of the fact that that is the bracket reset. So we are gonna. Oh. Yeah. Okay, all right. So
welcome to Grand Finals, everybody. We're about to see some crazy stuff.
Welcome to Grand Finals reset. I can no longer call this the Grand Side Quest reset because we have advanced past the Side Quest characters, and now we have AnorexiaRocks' Melee Sai versus Punking's Donioku to start off the second set of Grands. Let's take a look.
So just a little primer for everybody watching at home. Donioku is a kind of trap zoner character that plays very, very uniquely from anybody else on the workshop. They have buzzsaws that they can place from puddles that they create through their own blood, and they control this blood for all kinds of different interactions. They can dash over it to get a shield. They can use it to confirm into their crazy helicopter strongs. So this is a character that Punking has labbed out for a while and is a character that they are very familiar with. So them being able to bring this out against Melee Sai and saying, okay, well, maybe Kara wasn't able to do it. maybe Donyoku can. And
It's
this is
worth a
what we
shot.
like. This is what we love to see.
Yeah, they have a couple games to lose, so still worth a shot.
What I do think is going to be a pivotal factor in this matchup is the fact that Melee Sai is going to have to jump around a lot of shit. There's going to be puddles everywhere, which Donyoku can utilize for their gimmick. So Melee Sai is going to have to kind of maneuver around them. However, we did just see AnorexiaRocks kind of take a stock there just from clean play, dracking a ton of damage off of Donyoku and getting great edge guards.
Oh, interesting. The Saw Blade kind of interrupting the recovery there, but not enough. Because Pumpkin didn't really capitalize too hard off of it. Oh. Now it's looking really rough for Donnie, though.
Yeah, Donnie definitely is a character that you want to be in control with, and I'm sure Punky wanted to show that, but right now, just kind of getting walked on by AnorexiaRocks, struggling to stay on the stage.
Oh. Okay, finally getting the Cypher's up air conversion, getting that up strong as well.
Yep, classic Donyoku move right there. This is the kind of the setup that most of the time you want to see. You want to see some puddles in the middle of the stage. And unfortunately, I can't even finish my sentence before AnorexiaRocks is capitalizing on a punish. They're not really afraid of the puddles so far. It may be a case of Punking just being a little rusty with the character. They've been playing Takara all bracket and might not have expected to wanting to switch to Donyoku yet. But again, because we are resetting the bracket, they have the time to do it. They have the time to say, okay, gonna take a game or two to, you know, really get used to it, and then I'm just gonna start trying to beat this MSI.
Yep.
Great trap there. That's exactly what you want to see with Donyoku. Setting up the blades.
Oh. Ah, unfortunate DI there, getting caught really hard with Anorexia taking the first game. This Donnie pick not really working out too well for our first game. Let's see if we're seeing a character swap or if Punking decides that they want to stick with it and want to try a second time. Let's take
It is a curious
look.
situation.
What is this? Okay. Alright, so you could have prepared me for the car. You could have prepared me for the Donyoku. I was not prepared to see Punkin just wanting to grill for fuck's sake. Alright, we got Chef on the board.
This is a fantastic bracket for Anguish characters because Chef is not only an OG, but this is a character that I actually got introduced to in Workshop. One of the first games I had played when getting into competitive was against Punking's Chef.
Amazing.
So this is definitely a blast from the past. Now the question is Melee Sai going to get cooked? Are we going to see Melee Sai on the grill? That is the question.
And that is going to be answered right now in Game 2, where we're going to Tempest Peak.
And again, this is another character that is really going to be a potential pick for a lot of people. If anybody out there is interested in jumping into Riptide, they are on the roster. If you're looking to get some grilling action in, Chef might be the character for you. Chef is kind of the epitome of a honest Workshop character in a sea of dishonest characters. They are pure fundies. They have a gimmick that is very simple, easy to understand, but they're all about just really calling you out and finding out where you're messing up.
All right, looking pretty solid on Punking's part. Definitely being able to just keep up right now is the biggest thing. Actually, maintaining a lead right now too.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got his parry there that converted into almost a kill there for MSI. Another forward strong eating it. Punking can't afford to take any more of these interactions here. He's gonna have to get a kill.
Overgrill comes out.
Punking was probably hoping to get some sort of grill set up, but the forward special stuffs that out.
Okay.
So for those who are unfamiliar, or for people who are more new to Workshop, the grill is a platform that's not exactly stationary. You can toss it around with your normals. You can push it forward with your frying pan. It just acts as a sort of a tool that a chef player can be really creative with. Could be a deciding factor in how this match plays out, since melee side doesn't really have something that controls the stage. Interesting usage of the grill, using it as a vertical stage control tool.
What?
Uh-oh. We may be seeing a desync here.
Wow.
Oh no,
We went
unfortunate.
this entire time, and we got to Chef Gaming, and I guess my game said no. I'm gonna need the real score. Punking, if you could tell me the real score of that match. I think that was a very tragic loss. I really wanted to watch that match.
That was
If I could be given the real score of game 2, Punking lost this match as well. Okay, we have been given the score update that the chef did not work out either. Let's see what game 3 has to bring. What is Punking's last attempt? The last attempt here is going to be going right back to Kara. Understandable. Have a nice day. Let's see if going back to Kara will lead to the potential. Like, let's see if maybe, you know, maybe wearing them down a bit, taking 2 different characters they have to play very differently against. Maybe that will be enough to throw them off.
Possibly a big brain play by Punking to just throw Anorexia off.
And it's a legit strat. It's a legit strat. Also going to be seeing the Blazing Hideout pick right back on. It's going to hopefully be a big momentum booster for Punking. In all
yeah, again, we haven't seen Punking really have too much trouble against melee side with Kara. Just some slight losses shouldn't be enough to kind of discourage Punking from just riding it out with Kara.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, you do not have to adjust your television sets or computer monitors. This is not SideQuest. This is Call of the Abyss. But we've got a side character grand finals here. So for those of you still with us, let's get hype. We're seeing Punking see if they can bring back this bracket reset. AnorexiaRocks' melee Psy has been very, very dominant in these games so far, enough to reset the bracket. But I still believe that Punking's strong Kara play might be able to just bring it back down and make this a true winner's run.
Considering the raw slaughter I'm seeing on my screen right now, Regina, I'm inclined to agree. 3 stocks to 1 already, not even a minute has passed. And it's
this is the power of Blazing Hideout.
This truly is bullshit blazing.
Yes, yes. See the the power of the Smoke Clan wasn't passed down from Forsbrand to Claren. It was definitely passed down to Kara, because Kara is making full use of the Blazing Hideout.
Faux show.
Oh, almost had a good play there with the phone recovery. And maybe we spoke too soon and did not give AnorexiaRocks enough credit, because this is looking much closer. I mean, that was
a really rough SD on Punking's part. I don't know what the fuck he was doing over there. Either way, Punking does still end up taking out that game, putting himself on the board after swapping right back to Kara. Very, very, very fast game free. All right, let's have a gander.
Yes.
What the hell are you doing? Okay, What the fuck am I looking at? Okay, so do I have this character?
Nitori.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, do I have this? It's Nitori is gonna be the next character. What the fuck? I don't have this on the overlay. I don't have this character.
Just put Captain Toad.
Yo, you're right.
All right, so I think this is just an interesting pick. I'm not sure what to expect here. We know that AnorexiaRocks tends to play Reimu, but switching to another Toho like this, It's very interesting, especially in grand final set.
All right, let's see how this goes. And I genuinely, I am very caught off guard by this. Like I was not expecting this at all. Holy shit! I am mildly speechless. I don't know what to expect here. Natura definitely a decent character in his own right. Not bad at all. Really nice catch there by Pumpkin. Let's see. But I'm honestly still very surprised to see him go off of M-Size in general. I feel like that was a bit of a rough game, but I feel like it was mostly just a stage thing. I feel like if other stages they probably could have kept up just fine, but we're gonna see how this character pick ended up working out. So far, not too good. I'm kind of starting to doubt this character pick.
Had to drop my headset for a second, but I am back.
Welcome back. Notori Gaming is not gaming too well right now.
Yeah, I'm struggling to understand this character pick. Might have been something to maybe throw Punking off after Punking did the same thing with those two characters in a row, but I don't think this is a strong enough pick for AnorexiaRocks to beat the Kara. I think they could have been fine staying with Melee Sai.
Yeah, for sure.
Punking's Kara is still showing that they're very dominant. This could seal the deal right here.
Does end up getting the upper, taking out at least one stock, but there's still a lot of a hill to climb. Ooh. Still looking really, really solid for Punking. Oh.
Yeah, they can very much sit comfortably in sitting with the stock and just taking damage as it comes through. Although, knowing how Punking wants to play Kara, seeing the more aggressive type of approach to kind of just close the stock out as fast as possible, just look as dominant as possible with Kara might be the play.
Punky is just kind of chilling. So like, hey, you're gonna have to cover eventually.
Yeah, I think just having a Notori approach from off stage, you don't want to get mixed up in any waterfall shenanigans. You don't want to get grabbed. So sitting tight and just being off stage is probably the best play.
Yeah. All right, all Punky needs now is a solid hit, but Anorexia does end up at least taking this down to the last stock.
Yeah, last stock situation, it's not unheard of, but I think in this case, just Kara's just going to close it out.
Yep, there it is, right there. All right, game 5. What is Anorexia's next move? Because they don't have a lot more room to breathe, because this is the final match of Grand Finals of Call of the Abyss number 8. Let's see. We are having, indeed, the swap right back to Melee Sai. On Treetop Lodge is going to be the finale of Call of the Abyss.
Let's get hype, everybody. Let's
see
go. Grand Finals.
Who gets to pick up the phone and answer the call?
The Call of the Abyss. Honestly, I'm gonna have to call it. It might have been a mistake to just go that one game as Notori. You're throwing off your playstyle for a moment just for the chance of the counter pick of a character. When they were doing completely fine as Melee Sai, they were getting hit with some bad games, but I mean, with the nature of a character like Kara and Melee Sai, momentum shifts are just very apparent.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, they're very, very swingy characters. Oh, catching them before the actually started. Very good.
Yeah, great awareness by Punking to just really say, hey, actually, I could just throw my dagger into your face. Up special is much scarier when it's approaching you from afar.
Really good call.
We're seeing another dominant first stock. And Punking's play has just been extremely clean all set. We may have seen the funny Chef and Danyoku come out, but ultimately the Kara is the one doing the work.
For sure, for sure. Okay, nice.
And we're gonna see.
Nice upper closer. Keeping it
And
even.
only at around 50%. This is still absolutely doable. Not a bad game so far for both players.
Ooh.
Nice punish. The down strong finally coming out. This is a move that we've not seen too often in this set. We saw it a lot in the set against Landkon, but not too often in this set. I think it's I think they're just struggling to find a situation where they can throw it out against Punking's Kara.
Okay, Pumpkin in the field. Oh my god, so much damage.
Punking kind of goes sicko mode with this interaction right here.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, we almost saw an up air there.
Ooh.
A bone barely catching them. That's going to be huge.
We're trying to get the offstage hit. Does not get it. Oh! Ends up hitting them while into a strong charge. Did he get this edge guard?
Trying to recover. Can he edge guard him?
Good parry, good edge guard. Okay, still very possible. It's a lot of percent on the board, but it's gonna have to play possible, completely. But there it is. Punking wins Call of the Abyss. Number 8 with the Kara.
Picks up the phone. We have a new champion on the block.
Oh my lord. What a tournament. This was a great top 8. This is a fantastic top 8. I'm very happy this got streamed. I'm very happy we got this content on the board. This was fantastic.
Yeah, this is some excellent workshop play. I couldn't have asked for a better top 8 stream, honestly. Great roster and a great set of players just bringing out the best out of each other. We saw super close games every single set, all the way through top 8. We saw characters that weren't particularly characters you see in brackets normally. Especially, again, we're looking at the Iros, we're looking at the Valkyries. We saw Chef. I cannot believe we saw Chef.
Yeah, no, I mean, did we really see Chef? Did we really?
Chef really be John Cena. Nobody sees him.
Can't see me. My time is now. Or you can't see me. And Punking's time sure is now. God bless.
Yeah, congrats to Punking for playing the absolute best. Going just taking the Kara to the limit. Again, they're one of the premier Kara players on the block. If you are looking to enjoy a little bit of Kara action of your own, definitely check out the character. And pay attention to the kinds of gameplay you're going to be seeing from Punking in later brackets.
Yep. So that, guys, thanks everybody for watching Call of the Abyss number 8. I have been your boy Slime Puffin.
And I am Regina.
And we are signing off. I hope to see you all in 2 weeks again. I'll probably be streaming it unless I really feel like playing. So hopefully there will be another stream in 2 weeks for another Call of the Abyss. Goodbye,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Ah.